righty. Are we getting it launched up? I think so. I think it is live. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting ready for the day before Liberation Day. I hope you watched yesterday's watch list. We were able to kind of clock what we had today. We talked about all the rumors, and even this morning, you woke up with people talking about 20% tariff. So Washington Post rumor, that's moving things around. Bonds are already going. I actually have something to show you. I got a couple of charts, but we have an interesting morning on our hands. All of the emotions are high. We'll see where we go after yesterday's volatility. But Chattadonia, we got about 2 minutes now, so I hope you have some plays. I got a couple. I'm going to be watching KDP, Ulta, GLD, TLT, HYG, KRE, and then Celsius mixed in with all the other tech plays. But other than that, I think we're either going to get value opposite or everything goes as one, and the staples are your friend. Yeah, KDP. I watch out for that one. I know, isn't that interesting? But you're here right now. I just told you my play. I hope you hit the thumbs up button, but at the end of the day, what do you got, baby? What is your first play of the day? Post it in the chat. Newsmac, good morning. Tesla, ABC to XYZ, Newsmac, MSTR, Microsoft call, Google, CPB, Race, MSTU, GRI, Spy calls, AXP, Pepe Long, Baba calls, the trend is my friend, that's it. Buying MES, adding NVO, long the queues, thinking about long-term shares, KRE calls, Spy 555, I never know until the bell. Good morning, VIX, Trump coin, Roblox calls, 26, Pfizer, you itching to buy NVO, riding my first TLT, hands up, don't shoot, Walmart, Nvidia, Nike, Disney, calls on the peach, JPM, J&J, Bitcoin long, shorting Apple, Newsmax, J&J, waiting for the right pitch in the final plays. Let's go, Blazing Bob. Amen. Adding AMR, stock sell long, Josh calls, scalping target swoos. It's a beautiful day. And Newsmax. Let's go, baby. Oh, yeah. I'm not even going to go to the bathroom. That's it. We're just going, bro. We're just going. It's game time. It's game time. And yeah, watch yesterday's watch list. There was a lot of content. We talked about what to expect today, but we even talked a little bit about the long term and noticing the new prices. But yeah, this is what I wanted to show you guys. So pretty much the last night, the rumor had to do with confusing tariffs, right? And then today they're saying it's going to be a 20%. This is from Bloomberg, and they have a very big fine print. But long story short, right now, a lot of people are overestimating the global tariff rate. So we'll talk about it here in a second. Let's let things go. But there's a lot to discuss. And again, we talked about it on yesterday's watch list. You're going to start hearing a lot of factories. And then you have the ISM manufacturing. That will be here in about 30 minutes. So get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Game time. Round 1. Fight. You got Canadian PMIs coming out. All right, Dow 0.3. Everything's matched up right now, so we don't really know who's going to be lagging or leading. So that will be something you want to keep your eyes out for. Oh, shit, those Pepsis hit. So Pepsi's already up? Okay, never mind. So some of the staples are already up by a quarter. J&J had very bad news, but they're a value play. I sold out 200% on that yesterday. So watch out. That might either come back up or it's done. What the fuck is this? All right, a lot of actually premium's already gapping up. We might have to wait for a second. Yeah, those Pepsis they came back down now. TLTs are moving very good actually. So that's surprising, but then again, TLT is up by 1% right now. It's the first of the month. Oh my gosh, it is. It actually is the first of the month. Oh man, we got to see the long term. So we do got another deposit coming in. So yeah, we talked a little bit about that. Snap going. I haven't heard that in a while. Tesla on the high. Oh, I should have held those. So yeah, Tesla's gapping up a ton. 3% is nothing to balk at. Broadcom going up. Let's see where Nvidia's at. But yeah, I think I'm surprised it's gapping that much with everything kind of matched up. Now the Dow is the worst. So right now, first minute, everything was matched up. Minute number 2, Dow is starting to point downwards. So let's see what happens. Again, Staples, they may not take it good today. Watch Banks. KRE and Banks are already selling off big. Yeah, Meta, Pfizer crushed. Pfizer still 25. This was on the watch list yesterday. All right, not bad. Do you guys hear those birds? Sounds beautiful. Rosa, welcome. And good morning. All right. Yeah, it's weird what kind of gapped up right now. So those Pepsis literally gapped up and came back down. Again, literally, like value names are already dropping. So be very careful with that. You don't really have that rotation in the books just yet. Yeah, Newsmax, dude, again, it hasn't even traded 7 million shares. So it's kind of, what was that one stock? The Hong Kong one? That's what it reminds me of. It's kind of freaky. DJ NVO? No. Long term. I'm not the only one talking about it, though. People were talking about it. Again, NVO, this is its biggest drop since 2002. So in about 2 decades, surprisingly, stock has been around. It just hasn't been that popular. Yeah, HKD. That's what Newsmax reminds me of. So you could go for it now if you want, but eventually it's going to stop, but maybe it goes up another $50 and then makes everybody FOMO into it. All right, MO is barely down, but that's been a value that's been killing it. Take note, NASDAQ is leading. So again, you have Apple actually down, but I swear everybody else, yeah, Microsoft going green, Amazon and Google. Amazon's still in the red. But literally, NASDAQ's only down by 0.17, SPY's down by 1/4, and then Dow and Russell are down about 0.5%. It is April Fool's Day. I will ban you if you say a dumb joke. And here's the deal. I forgot. Maybe I should tell you guys now. I have unbanned everybody. Okay? Here you go. Here's my evidence at literally 5:15 this morning. I took a screenshot. Okay? Hidden users. There's nobody hidden on this channel anymore. Rest in peace, Babinski. That is our only moderator. And that's it. So, no excuses. You get banned again. That's your fault. And try to follow the rules. Shout out to Long Term. But yeah, we're going to keep members only on for another quarter. MLGO, that's another one. Celsius on the high. Again, they just closed the transaction. That's kind of when I wish I got. Is that NVIDIA? Yeah, bro. NVIDIA just took a big candle down. Josh Jones executive order. Free the Jets. Free the Jets. Target. That's another long-term name. Target's doing good. That's up. Again, where's actually Walmart? Walmart's killing it now again, too. The premiums lagged, but actually the premiums are going now. Damn, so those are up 50% on the bid. Nice. Oh, are those weeklies? That sucks. How much was those? Yeah. All right. I like the Walmarts. Not bad. Yeah, Target and Walmart. Watch out for both of those. Tesla dump. Man, we had a good Tesla yesterday. Only got like 10, 20% on that. But yeah, Tesla did come back down. That's 2%. And then SPY just chilling. I don't know if you guys noticed. Elf Pop. I need to open up my other one. Amazon's going up there. It's still down by 0.8. Now you got Ford. Watch it, the automakers. Again, you're going to hear stuff about autos with everything else going on. And remember, there's that chart. So pretty much energy and a couple of infrastructure plays are on utilities. Energy and utilities, I think, are the expected winners no matter what happens, as weird as that sounds. So keep that in mind. Apple moving. And then get ready, you guys. Well, if you're even looking at TLT plays or anything, just be mindful. You are about to get the ISM manufacturing. So I always freak out about ISM manufacturing. It leads into the non-farm payrolls in terms of like the correlation. But make sure that you guys are aware that your market's about to move right now. And again, pretty much ISM manufacturing, it has a pretty decent effect on bonds. So whatever, like TLT premiums are kind of high right now, but whatever is going to happen, it's probably going to change in the next 20 minutes or get worse or better depending on the ISM. And you have JOLTS too. I forgot. They both come out at the same time. So you have JOLTS jobs openings and ISM all in about 23 minutes. So get ready. SPY plays on the straddle might be it. As weird as that sounds. Yeah, those TLTs keep climbing. Oh my goodness. Bro, why are these plays so expensive? Bro, the puts have a crazy break even. Interesting. Okay, starting to move up a little bit. Oh, is the wire April Fool's? It is. Sorry. Hold on, I'm getting ideas. I like the straddles, though. We're going to see those if we could get lucky. If we could get lucky. All right. I made the Walmarts free. That play is just fire, bro. 70% from last night till this morning. So, again, those are out of the money and expires. So, manage. Newsmax halted. Yes, sir. iCore Connect. And then, so I'm looking right now. SPY, there's either near the... Alrighty. Hello. I think I just got cut off. I didn't think my computer blue screen, but I think I'm live. I think I just got... There it is. What up, baby? Dude, 2 days in a row. S&P PMIs right now, 50.2 versus 49.8. No. You're not banned, dude. This happened yesterday in the morning. I keep getting the blue screen of death. I think I need to dust my computer off. But we here, baby. So we're back. It's good, though. Again, I posted in the chat. You got the real data coming out in about 15 minutes. So you just got some PMI data. Came in a little stronger. That's literally coming in now. So see where it leads you. Well, then, yeah, I was talking about straddles. We made the Walmart free. So hopefully you did something there. You panic? Nah, you're good. You're good. No, it's not DDoS. That was my computer. It just shut down. All right, baby. We good. We good. Yeah, MLGO, that's been since that first day that it ran. My goodness. All right, Microsoft starting to take off again. Big tech is doing good. I think the only one is Apple. Let's see. Okay, let me get the Wally Worlds up. I did not make a near the money straddle, no. So what I was talking about was that you could either go near the money for more expensive on both ways ahead of the data, or you could go for the out of the monies, which are a little cheaper, but then you run the risk that if it doesn't, get a sizable move, you underperform, then bad play. Let's see. The puts are a little bit more expensive, though. It's kind of crazy. All right, that right there, too. That little move just premium slashed a decent amount of the puts. That's weird. Calls just went down on that pop. Interesting. All right, so get ready. You're moving off of the ISM. Next one is going to be, or that was the PMI. You want the real ISM. That's what's going to really move us. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for this straddle. I'm going to do it. I just got to set it up. Wayfair on the high. Again, there's Apple. All right, you're really running. Okay, I grabbed the call side. I'm waiting to grab the put. All right, man, that's a bigger run. I'm like I said, I'm waiting for the downside of that. I'm letting the puts kind of decay here because that was great. That move right there, you just slashed the $2 puts almost down to $1. So that's very, very good. And then the calls kind of moved up. Calls are up 20% on that little pop. All right, I have now got the puts too. All right, so I'm straddled. I did out of the money, so I'm not near the money to save a little bit. So then we'll see. I didn't go too big, even though the contract's naturally a little more expensive. But the idea will be to adjust it as we get the data. So I think that in the next 10 minutes, you're going to get a pretty decent move, a.k.a. and on bonds too. But you pretty much have jolts and you have ISM with all of this. But like we talked about yesterday, the market is good at ignoring things right now. So if that data hits and it doesn't cause like a reaction in the first 30 minutes, be prepared that we might just go back to our own little world. So watch out for that. But yeah, you got about 10 minutes there. SPY hitting a high. Calls and puts are up on that move. So we'll see where this takes us. I'm doing Tesla debit spread. I kind of like that. I'm mad though. We had good plays on Tesla yesterday, but it has moved a lot in the last few days here. Unity on the high. Unity actually getting a decent amount of volume. Is there news on that? Unity. Airlines, there's a huge downgrade. I think Goldman pretty much downgraded all of the airlines and said that commercial and consumer demand is plummeting. And I mean, think about it. All of this uncertainty with the economy, trade, how it kind of translates pretty easy, but it's just odd because people were just upgrading the airlines not too long ago. A coin debit spread? I mean, maybe. U.S. closely monitoring China's military activity near Taiwan. It's like playing, I like MSTR for the gambles, but it just depends what you want to do. Even same thing with Tesla, but the good part about the debit spreads is that you could kind of use the higher premiums to your advantage, but it is going to kind of clap you out. Yo, look at utilities. Yeah, so like I told you, I think utilities win no matter what in terms of the tariffs and all of that tomorrow. I just don't know. I played XLU back in the day, if you guys remember. It's a slow mover. Okay, Microsoft. Again, SPY still holding up. That little move there brought up, my puts are still green, believe it or not. And then the calls are up from the first move. Again, those Walmarts from yesterday are now 100% on the bid. I would make those free or go for the gamble, but I've already made it free. I think that's a good one. Kyokai. Welcome, baby. All right, SPY holding up. Again, next 9 minutes, you're going to get a little bit more. U.S. will continue to support Taiwan in face of China's pressure campaign. China escalating military intimidation tactics only exasperate tensions, U.S. State Department says. Well, that's the thing. There's whoever the tariffs who's going to benefit and lose. It depends on what happens. And this is what I was saying from yesterday because, and we've been going over it for a while. You guys remember when I was telling you the tariff rate that China could handle? You know, people are going to be debating that, the blanket tariffs, the VAT, and sectoral tariffs. So depending on which side gets what and what we actually get with the deal, that'll determine it. Yo, GE popping, SPY coming down. Oh, dude, I have the car dealerships. Don't even get me started, bro. You have no idea. It's actually crazy. I got a funny story for you guys. Hold on. All right. I want a better version of this play, but I took the shitty version. Cheaper, though. OPEC is not expected to change plan to gradually raise output from April, sources say. Watch oil on that. Story from the tweet. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you. And I have car deals for you guys. But, dude, it's crazy. It's actually crazy. But, like, I got a text message from a dealership, and they sent me this huge-ass text, like, better hurry, like, freaking me out when they're, like, pretty much come in before tariffs. And then I saw a tariff commercial for cars. This is what I was telling you guys just a couple weeks ago. You're literally going to get everybody in the corporation world. They're just trying to use this to raise prices and sell it. But, like, dude, there's one more part about it. There's something else. My girlfriend told me. But fact of the matter is, though, if you really want a deal right now, you can get, there's Jeep 4xe for $200, Tesla Model 3, and yeah, I think the C-Class. You could get a brand new C-Class for about $399 a month. So it's really weird because everybody's talking about, prices going high on autos, but I'm seeing some of the best lease deals right now because they can't sell the cars. So very, very fascinating. All right, calls and puts are still up. I'm actually very excited for this data. I didn't think that would happen. So literally right now, my calls and puts on that straddle are both green, which I don't think is normal for now. So we'll see. The Model 3 is uncomfortable, though. I mean, for $299 or $250, I think that's one of the best deals you could get right now. I even like the 4xe, so I'm not just like, again, I don't own Tesla. I'm not pumping Tesla. I just know a good car deal when I see it. Like, even the 4xe, a Jeep Wrangler for $200 is crazy. About to be model free. Nah, for real, though. It is a model free. It's cheap, man. $250. Watch bonds. Again, they're already up there about 0.5. Again, about 3-4 minutes here. We will get the data. And then SPY back to VWAP. Very interesting dynamic there. I think calls are going red now. Let me see. Yeah, now my calls went red. and then puts her back up to 20. You had the 4xe, tons of maintenance. I've heard people say that. I mean, lease, I think they maintain it, but like I say, that's just a good deal, bro. And then these are 2-year leases. They're not even 3-year leases anymore. That's a new development in the car world. IBM been moving down. Oracle. All right. Trump pick for top military officer says did not wear MAGA hat or any political merchandise. Nice. CRWV, Core Weave. Yeah, 7%. I don't know if it's like the Newsmax hype, but Core Weave is finally going above kind of its opening premium levels. I do think now, has there been enough volume to trade the float? 41.15. Yeah. Wasn't it 37 million? So that'll be interesting. Keep your eyes out for that, yeah. And I think the Newsmax stuff has everybody now excited about it. They just opened up options on it. Oh, no way. I didn't even look. Yeah, I figured they weren't even going to have options. I only see like one set of plays. Is that weird? Am I tripping? Oh, yeah, shit. You're right. 30 seconds. So get ready, my friends. Get ready. Again, the number you're looking for is like 50, but watch the data. And then jolts, anything 7 and below, I think will probably be good. But yeah, watch out. You're going to be juggling both sets of data right now. And then Fed Barkin is talking too. Alrighty. 2, 1, burp, and we're off. 49. So ISM plummeted. I don't have the jolts yet, but that means you're probably going to get a lower report. It's not too bad though. But now after 2 months of going up, that came in a little lower. I'm winning all the other one. Prices went up. So manufacturing prices went up. Activity went down a little bit. Where's the jolts? My jolts won't load up for some reason. But yeah, ISM average 49 versus 49.5. I wouldn't say screaming higher. To put it into context, you were around these prices. You're a little bit higher than April 24. But that did go up. That's going to be negative. I want the jolts. Jolts 7.5 million versus 7.6. So a little lower there. But yeah, I don't know. I think generally factor this into the non-farms. But again, like ISM being a little weaker, people might not like the prices, but I hate to break it to you. I think this is just another set of hard data not really moving much. So again, none of this is breaking you out of the range. Like I'm saying, the prices are a little higher, 69 versus 64, but it's not as if these are breaking anything too crazy. That's what I'm saying. It generally feels like we're in the what's it called type of setting. It's just like the other days where hard data moves, but I think this is going to be up to more of the market rather than reacting to the data, if that makes any sense. And then new orders plummeted, but let's see in context. That's about to break to a low. So you have orders dropping with prices going higher. See, and I think you're going to get a lot of that. In 2022. Okay, yeah, so 69. Yeah, since 2022, but then that's like the low end. But yeah, I think this is what we're going to see with cars. You literally new orders plummeting and then prices going up from where you just were, but not to the craziness. But yeah, I think punt, bro. I think you might get your move. I'm going to hold my straddle, but like I'm saying here, I think this is just going to leave you now getting ready for Friday. And now ISM coming down, you're probably going to get a jobs report in line with the last 3 months, is what that tells me. But then again, it has been volatile, so you never know. And then TLT up off that. SPY going down. SPY puts her up 30%. IBM, kind of. I think it's weird. Honestly, I don't think that could have been bigger, but once again, all of our emotions are higher than the moves is my conclusion, right? Like I'm saying, ISM could have been big, jolts could have been big, but it comes in and then it's all within the same range of things. Again, the prices paid, that went up there a decent amount, but like I'm saying, even then you watch the new orders plummet. I don't think any of this is I don't think it tells you recession or not. I think this just goes to the hard data. Again, staying in this higher range, kind of recovering. All right, let me see here. I'll hold off on that. Bought Pepsi, good one. I have one of the Pepsis. But yeah, staples are not getting it today. Target on the high. Newsmax too, 150. I just think you just think about the last couple of days. I think we're going to go back to responding to whatever gets thrown at us next in terms of either rumor, broader trade. But yeah, I think yen popped because of the treasuries. So again, treasuries popped up with it too. I think if anything, it's kind of economic activity you could kind of be worried about. Because again, that wasn't, if prices paid went up, why would there be a bond bid? I think this is more towards the manufacturing kind of plummeting. So we'll see. Yeah, you're going down a little bit more again. SPY's very volatile. Premiums are still up 30% on the put side. Let's see the calls. How did those fare? Calls are down 20. So the straddle's paying out more, but let's see if that gap closes. About a 15% gap between the two. Costco going. I haven't looked. Okay, watch utilities. There's Walmart too. That's good though as a staple. I was gonna say Costco, Walmart. Be on the lookout for those. SPY's still tweaking out though here near the low. So like I'm saying, I felt like this could have been a big data event, but even the way we're reacting, obviously, I think 5,600 is going to be a key level. But I don't think that data was. I think once again, maybe this is what happens on Wednesday. A lot of anticipation. It comes out, and then we're like, yeah, nothing new. Yeah, the premiums are high. That's what I noticed even today. That's what I was saying. I'm like, man, there's a lot in there. You're still not showing. Yeah, I unbanned everybody, you guys. So if YouTube doesn't show you up, that's them. So you got to figure that out. But I have nobody banned on my end. I did my part. I have my evidence too. So I showed this and then my stream crashed, I think. All right, see where you go. My goodness. Yeah, I think I'm all day, bro. I've been on this for the last couple weeks. I think the market's just ignoring the data. That's it. We're only going to react to like sentiment, if that makes any sense. You're going to react to the next trade rumor. You'll react to all of that, but I don't think this data is enough. UVXY. So again, that's starting to move up. SPY flushing a little bit more. You got about 50% on those plays. Okay, now you're going up almost double. So the calls are down 30 and the puts are up 60. I'm telling you, these straddles are, it sucks because I want to hold it, but then eventually this differential will close. But for now, like I'm telling you, those prices work. It's very, very weird. ISM has done that weird lag. Yeah, I don't think the market's going to react. That's it. Because like I'm telling you, even the bond reaction doesn't make sense. You just had prices go up. Why the fuck would they buy bonds? I think it's because of the new orders collapsing. And like I'm telling you, that ISM kind of reminds me of what's going to happen with a lot of things. Is that everyone's like, oh my gosh, prices are going to go up. But then prices go up a little bit, lower than the peak. But now activity goes down 20%. You see what I'm saying? So that is kind of the issue, but it's very weird. And again, like I'm telling you, Jolts as well. That came in a little higher, I believe. But you're relatively ignoring that. Oh, where's the other one? Where's Core Weave? I want to keep an eye on that one. All right. SPY still going lower. Prices are up. Why are people buying bonds? That's funny. Well, I mean, I wasn't trying to be funny. I'm trying to even just show you how today's not really reacting to that data like dollar for dollar, point for point. And that's what I'm saying. I think the market kind of in its own little world right now. All righty. Damn, those Walmarts are running. Old TLTs have now came back up. So if you have any of those old April ones, all right, a little bit off the bottom. So see, that put is up way more than the calls. You could either take profits now or decide to keep holding. Excuse me. Yeah, Apple's starting to come down. NVIDIA 107, it was lower the other day. Yeah, Google, and then meanwhile, Google keeps ripping. So not too bad. Yeah, slick charts. That was it. Am I going to hold this straddle a little longer? I don't know, man. Don't wait for me. Okay? I've made the play and then you were like, I'm going to do a 0-day version of your play. So I don't want to tempt you into bad things, but if you made that play waiting for me, that's a terrible idea. Do not do that. I did see the Cory Booker filibuster. You guys tagged me in it. They're up, so okay, that's good. Just go with the plan, though. That's what I'm saying, because if you don't want to wait or you don't want to make the play on somebody else there. And like I'm saying, I say that to help you, not to hurt you. So be smart with it. And again, make things free, too. That's always the best way to do it. All righty. Liberation Day, I don't think it's priced in. Like I was saying yesterday on the watch list, half of it is priced in. The other half is literally impossible. So like I'm saying, the base case for tomorrow is bearish. That's why I'm telling you, even right now, looking at this reaction, this is uncertainty. The market's not really responding to data, even if it's important data. So the uncertainty is so high, the base case right now is bearish. No matter what, people are assuming this is going to be bad or it's going to have negativity, right? Best case, it turns into a clearing event. Other than that, there is stuff tomorrow that we won't know until we see it. The VAT, blanket tariffs, the rate on China. Does China get the rate plus an additional Venezuela? What are we doing with sectorals? And then here's the other part. Are you ready? I'll tell you guys right now. There will be a very big bullish catalyst potentially, but you need a huge trade deal. So that's another one where you literally get a trade deal. It comes in aggressive, but then we find like a 5 to G7, get the top countries to come together, and then we get a trade deal. That'll actually be mad bullish, believe it or not. So there's that. You guys asking me about a clearing event. Unfortunately, you guys have not paid attention the last couple days. So go to the watch list, I believe on Saturday or Sunday night or Monday or any of the other days in the last week, but I'm not going to cover that one again. But like I'm telling you, we got to move on. And the next step now is understanding what comes out, the 5 or so factors that we could expect if it's not a clearing event, and then what that could lead to. And like I'm telling you, no one's really talked about the big bullish, which is a regional trade agreement. If all of this leads to a huge agreement, then we're going to have a very good time. Other than that, it's not going to that's not going to play out how it's going to be base case negative. So we'll see. SPY's still going. So again, I did this last time on the straddle, but look, the calls are down 40 and now the puts are up almost 100. So like I'm saying, I cut the other one early last time, but now in this time, I'm like, dude, it might hold a little bit better. So I like it. I'm not complaining on that. But I need to go to the bathroom. So follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. Bonds rip and stocks down from the data, but I could almost guarantee you that I don't think that data caused this. Just like the sentiment, I think people use the data to open up the floodgates, but that data was some good, some bad. And if anything, the bad things on the data aren't reflecting well in the bonds. It's very odd. But welcome to the uncertainty. You're probably going to get another rumor coming out on trade here in the next few hours. So lock and loaded, baby. But follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. Real Coat News on Twitter. Stream alerts, send an email if you have not gotten anything after 48 hours. David Costin.
Huge reinvestment that U.S. companies make compared with their counterparts around the world. So U.S. corporations invest like 40% of their cash flow back into their business to grow the business. That's kind of growth capex and research and development dollars. 40%. The rest of the market is around. The rest of the globe is around 25%. So that incremental returns, assuming it gets good return on their capital, is one of the reasons why the earnings growth has been greater here in the United States. Now you look into the current year, 2025. Our expectations, you get 4%. Earnings growth in Europe, you got 3% in the United States. It's an unusual, hugely unusual situation. We got actually faster expected growth probably in Europe. So on the margin, there's
faster expected growth in Europe.
Yeah, that's
because they have a weak euro.
That's a real. No, because there's an expectations on the margin. Things are maybe some fiscal loosening, both in Germany and elsewhere. They're going to spend more money, and that could lead to slightly faster growth. Let me just be very clear. The absolute level of growth here in the United States is much greater. The absolute level of growth. But what's always relevant is what's priced. What's priced in the market. And the expectation is things are getting slightly less good here in the United States, getting slightly, relatively speaking.
But to Sarah's question about capital flows, and you mentioned the percentage of equities, I guess, but I mean, and by the way, capital flows into a lot of other areas as well that aren't the stock market.
Correct.
Is it your expectation that is slowing?
Well, the question is from a plant investment perspective, maybe one of the policy implications of what the Trump administration is trying to achieve is to get companies to invest more here in the United States in terms of the physical plants. And so that's certainly one thing. The tariff uncertainty is really, really high. If you're a CEO in the world or even domestically, do you engage in your capital planning projects now? Or do you kind of wait for some clarity? And I think that's the reason why there's uncertainty in the equity market. Investors who are looking to price what's happening, and you got to assign a higher risk premium to that environment. Once you get some clarity there, that's vital.
Think we'll get it tomorrow, David?
Do I think it'll be clarity? No, I don't think we'll get clarity tomorrow. But I believe that at some point, middle of the year, we'll get some clarity. Again, you'll have some announcement tomorrow, and there'll be probably some period of time where there's negotiations, a lot of uncertainty. But ultimately, the economy is growing. We're not anticipating a recession. And in that environment, earnings are growing. We've got 3% earnings growth for this year, 6% earnings growth for next year, and a valuation that maybe is like 19.5 times multiple at the end of in 12 months' time. And so that's really a story about earnings growth, and that's generally speaking a positive story. You don't have a recession. A recession
So
scenario.
we're already looking at 26 now is what we're doing, right?
David,
3% to 6%. That sounds good.
The market's always a discounting mechanism on what's happening in the future.
Well, does Mag 7 start to look interesting to you?
I think the most interesting thing that's just not appreciated is the fact that the Magnificent Seven stocks collectively are down 15% this year.
But do you buy
one of
on
the
that?
issues, the story of equity investing for decades is about beat and raise. Beat and raise. Companies exceed expectations and then estimates get
Alibaba preparing to release flagship AI model as soon as April.
In the fourth quarter. The expected
check Baba.
Was there, but it wasn't.
It's not really reacting. Baba AI news announcement coming in April, which it is April today.
That, when you had positive surprises and then estimates were going higher.
Finally, you heard us talking about corporate credit before we brought you in.
Yes.
Are you thinking a lot about it?
We're thinking a lot about it. Yes, that from a opportunity set around the capital markets, that's something that maybe in the capital structure, that's a pretty good place to be. I had the opportunity to be traveling with our credit strategist last week and again this week, and that's definitely, relatively speaking, risk adjusted, it's pretty attractive.
David, thanks. We'll see what we get tomorrow. Hopefully talk on the other side. David Kostin, Goldman Sachs.
Thank you. Bro, this is Tesla's doing what it did that one day. That straddle day on Thursday, but now this time to the upside. But yeah, SPY holding here, I mean, it's decent. You're not moving as crazy as the last couple days. You are down near 1%, but NASDAQ's the best. Russell and Dow doing the worst. I don't think we're cooked. This is what I've been talking about the last couple of days here, is that the market is taken over by uncertainty. And we even talked about it yesterday. The scary part is that the market still believes there's a Trump put. They just think it's a lot lower. So Trump has said he won't respond. Market thinks he will. They just think it has to go a lot lower and then he'll cave. But when it's all said and done, I think uncertainty, kind of like the consumer sentiment, I don't think today's data was as telling because economic activity slowed down and prices went up. But usually that doesn't lead to this bond rally. But I think right when the data came in, everybody just used it as a weird, not a clearing event, but excuse to kind of move around. But I just think it's uncertainty, and that's why tomorrow's a big day. Like I told you guys, the next 48 hours are going to be big, and wait till you even get a rumor. Look at Baba. Like I told you, Baba just had some AI news. It didn't react, so see if that actually moves. Baba's actually in the green. Let's see. 6% on UPI. That'd be great. We had a nice long-term talk yesterday. So if you didn't watch the watch list last night, I think it was good. VIX on the high while SPY's near the low. So get ready here. Yeah, volatility. Yo, Canada just zoomed. What the fuck? That was actually right before. I didn't realize that. So Mexico didn't move as much. But yeah, VIX on the high. SPY down. SPY's down by 0.8. NASDAQ's not doing as bad. So see, it's either going to be more lows or a little baby bottom. The signing will be at 3 p.m., I believe, in the Rose Garden. Dollar down. They all look like this. And then Core Weave still holding. Watch those Babas, though. All right, SPY going lower now. Again, premiums are doing decent. Puts are still outperforming the calls. So let us see. Naturally after market close. I think the event will be at 3. They'll probably come around market close. But there's still going to be a lot in the meantime. And then, like I was telling you, again, yesterday's watch list will prepare you. But right after the report, we're going to get a lot more. And then pay attention. This is kind of a level 557. This sounds familiar. I can't remember the last time we were here, but you are getting back to yesterday's prices. Yeah, right here. So, yeah, this is kind of a key level, even one of your tops from last August. But see where this leads us. It's still moving kind of slow. It's kind of gradual. Again, you just wicked it to a new low. Premiums hit a high, but then you're doing the little air brakes. Again, NASDAQ down by 0.8. Remember, yesterday you were down 2%. So just to give you an idea, like today you gapped down a little bit, went up, and then you're selling off. But this is way different than yesterday's gap and crap because, again, on the scoreboard, this isn't really that big. All right, you're bouncing up a little bit. That just slashed the put premiums. Whoa, North America gas producers, exposure to LNG. All right, you got a big move off the bottom there. All right. Newsmax halt to the downside. All right, that was a big pop. That gave up the last like 5 minutes there. Puts are still green, but you just swiped 30% off the top right there. But now, again, it's still outperforming the calls, ironically enough. All right. Nothing says spring like snow in April. I need to see, bro. My cabin is available. I want snow. I want to go to the snow. I need to find out. But then I don't think it's still there anymore. We had some snow in Cali, but then it went away. All right, man, big volume and big pop right there. I don't know why, but and then Mexico moving, Canada chilled out, and then yen finally calmed down. So this might, watch, if bonds and yen calm down, this might just be the cool down. And then we've been here for 1 hour. We got, another hour till Euro close, CE on the low. So volume 10 million, about average. Tahoe getting 4 week? Oh, wow. I don't want to go skiing. No. I just want to sit in the snow. We talked about this yesterday. That's what I'm a big fan of. Today's my birthday! Oh! People I haven't talked to in years told you happy birthday. The most people I know closely seem to have forgot. Oh, no, it's okay, man. You know why I don't tell anybody my birthday? Because I don't think they matter as much. You see that? Because then you're going to don't get emotional on your birthday for no reason. Oh, see, no one ever tells me happy birthday. So you'll be fine, baby. You'll be fine. Don't worry, baby. Don't worry. What matters is the long term. Is that the long term gets another year. Woo! Amen. All right, man. Nice little bounce there. 50. That sucks. The calls only went up. Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. Calls only went up 10% from here, and then the puts went down 40%. So literally, calls barely moved. That killed the fear premium a little, and then you're still kind of in this setup. Core weave gassing. Let's see. That's, again, with all the IPO shit. So watch out for that one. Yep, core weave breaking out. There it is. I want to look at the long term. Okay, bro, literally out of nowhere, you hit that level. Again, 557. That was its own little level there. And then you bounced 20 points off that. Core weave breaking out. The puts are still green. They just used that. Now it's just leveled out. You still have a gain. So if you sold that call and put from when I made that play, you're still walking away with 25%. So that's what I'm saying. It's moving it around. It's going to make you think a little bit, but have a plan, have a decision. That play will get a little bit worse in like another hour if you're in the same spot. Oh, no, the long term down today. Oh, no. No meta. Oh, no. Yeah, we got cash. 3.76 now. Wow. That's amazing. Not bad. All right, still coming down. Reddit is on the high. I see that UPS on the low. And then Core Weave, that one just wild. I think the Newsmax stuff. It's your birthday too? Happy birthday, Rabbit. Amen. I hope it's not April Fools. You guys better not be playing me. Nike pays dividend today. Ooh, I love a dividend. You know what I'm saying? Xiaomi SU standard version has collision warning. I don't know what that is. China. Oh yeah, I want to keep up Core Weave. And then Reddit's still going up there. All right, man, you're coming right back down. That little fucking move, like I told you, it brought up calls not as much, slashed the put premium, and then now that differential between the straddles are still holding. You bought SQQ in the long term? Oh, my goodness. Add ETFs? Well, that's different, bro. That's not even like a ETF. That's like a volatility hedge. But long story short, you don't want UVXY or any of that in the long term. So I would just get rid of it right away. That's not really that's like a trading play. It's insurance, but even then, not really the asset that you hold for the long run. SCHD, I believe, is a little different. That's like, well, this is like an ETF. That's a little better. I'm still not the biggest fan of it, but I'm just talking about like a UVXY, the VIX, the SQQ, TBT, any of these like levered ETFs of an asset. You don't want those in your long term. Those aren't really long term assets. You know, people buy them for set time frames, but they don't really buy them, you know, just to hold for 10 years. That doesn't really happen. And then look, bonds are coming back up. Again, China and a couple of others. Tesla's even moving. So not bad. I mean, NASDAQ actually came up a decent amount. You're only down by 0.47 now. SPY 0.6. Russell and Dow still the worst on the day. The iron call, I remember that, bro. That's what I was saying. I think the range was one of the sides was a little high, but I like it. A little close, but good work, baby. Way to post the play. A green and red update? We can. What time is it? 7:30. Hour on the mark. Okay, SPY starting to move a little bit. Ooh. Dow Jones, 3 names in the green. Microsoft, Walmart, and Nike. 27 in the red. NASDAQ 100. 14 in the green. 87 in the red. And then SPY, 553 in the green, and then 450 in the red. So yeah, everything is red. Which ones did I have? Let's see. I'm going to react to that. That little setup there. I think it's interesting. I like that Teslas, but they're a little too much for me right now, but it's good. Again, they were leading a lot in the morning and then flipped. Carbo posted that Tesla, baby, at 22. Bro, I had these contracts yesterday. Oh, man, the way to hit, baby. I feel. To the victor. The spoils go the victor. And now you have clarity, my brethren. Way to post the plays. See? That's all you guys got to do. Yesterday, there was like a don't post the play epidemic, but I'm glad people got their plays in. Damn, the puts are still up. So, yeah, there's still a 20% gap between the two. So, be mindful. Good China numbers. Last night there was, yeah. Again, there was that AI Baba stuff. They moved a little bit. Oh, Tesla's breaking now. Oh, is on the low. Interesting with bond yields doing that. Your friend put you on the stream in 2019. I'm still here. Life is go with the long term. He has no long term. Who's your friend? That's terrible. But then again, that's like, that's like a parable. Like everybody gets exposed to it and then one guy walks away with it, one doesn't. That's like straight up like a biblical parable. I can't even make it up. It says one will be working in the field, dude, it's crazy. Hold on. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of that last one. Not the straddle. Well, we're just staying pinned here. So, yeah, I'm remixing the play a little bit. His friend's name is Lon Demon. Nah, for real. Same here, low-key. Well, that's it. You just get a long-term, man. That's unfortunately, I did tell you guys this from day one of meeting me. But that's really what separates people in the stock market. Like I said, you're going to look back, and from the moment you know about the market, you're going to want to own some of it. And that's just, like I told you guys, down the line, 5, 10, 15 years later, it will separate you a lot from your peers. Even then, some of you guys, if you're between like the ages of like 25 and 35, you tell me. Tell me if you haven't seen this or not, but like as you start to go from like 25 to like 35, you start to really see the difference in the people that you grew up with and know, and then you're going to see who made what decisions. The gap starts to get very wide. You start to see which friends partied and didn't really save, which friends, again, and some people made a lot of money, but it doesn't mean that they kept it or invested it, all of that. But again, some are going to have kids, some won't. So that's it. You're 24. Any more advice? Yes, I can. For you, I'll give you one. Because I see you make a lot of plays and you buy expensive stuff. Make sure you own shit. You're 24 years old. You have money now. Make sure that stays with you by the time you're 30. You see what I'm saying? That's why for you, you should be more focused on keeping your money. And not like, I don't mean it like being scared and not using it, but your thing should be safety, so that money is guaranteed there when you're 30. Because if you're making money now, you're already this smart, you're already getting the first steps. If you do that, you're good. Mexican President Sheinbaum hopes for USMCA tariff exemption to remain. Rivian massive pop. 2 of you guys just said that. Oh, yeah, it's kind of been, it was like curling up and then going. So, yeah, I'd watch for that. It's not like 4% news pop, but it's going there. But, yeah, that's why I keep saying get a house. You need to own an asset and own good assets and get them at, and not in a price where you buy it. Like I'm saying, don't make the young guy mistake. And like people did in inflation, where they're like, oh, as long as I own the asset, I'm good. And then they buy the lower quality assets at the highest price, right? Remember, you make your money on the buy. So, but again, if you guys are in the younger area, it's about making good ones too. Sigma John's overdeck returns to me. I don't know what that means. But that's really going to be it, because when you're older, you're going to see which people saved money, which people kept the money and bought it. But like I'm saying, some of you guys are young. You're making money. It's not that you don't have money. The problem is going to be if you let it slip through your fingers in the next 5 years. Yeah, bro, Roblox has been on fire since the morning. All right, SPY going up. I should have held that other one. All right, now puts and calls are matched up. So now you have 20% on the puts and then down 20% on the calls. And then I grabbed another set there, but now look at how it's flipping. Beautiful. We're still in the game, though. I have both ways. This is looking great. It would have been nice if we took the puts, but like I'm saying, the premiums aren't being weird for now. Time exposes everyone. Indeed, it does. It does. Tesla, bro, and then GM, automakers. Hold on. Yo, there might be something. Literally, I'm watching automakers, Canada. Hold up. Something might have just snapped here. There might be a rumor coming in. Yeah. No. Pay attention. I think there might be auto. Tesla, Rivian, GM, Ford, and then SPY, and then Canada, Mexico are moving around. You just had Sheinbaum make a comment. I don't know how I feel about Rivian. Mexican president says there are more list of names of alleged drug traffickers for extradition to U.S. Mexico is willing to cooperate. So I think everyone's being a crackhead on that headline. So she says she wants tariffs and then says she's willing to work with the U.S. and then you pop. But remember what we were talking about yesterday. We're just reacting to the same story over and over again. So I think there's Sheinbaum, Mexican president comments, but I think everyone's just getting jumpy. And then UK government announces new Russia reporting rules and statement. Either way, you're going up. I mean, I put out a stream alert a couple minutes ago, and you guys remember what I just said? And I read you guys the movers, and I said I'm going to react to that. So I think there's something underlying there too as well. So just quite frankly, 90% of the market was just down. There's a lot more room to bounce, but I think we're just going to go back and forth to just make sure the premiums work. CSAI, big pop. It's already up 62, low liquid, small cap. Okay, so see if that cools down, but we got a couple of headlines there. All right, SPY still working his way up. All right, GIS. Let's see where banks are at. And then where's GE? That one's fire. Watch if GE comes back up. I would like a cheaper play on that one. Oh, and then where's BMY? Those came down. Damn, that was 100% yesterday. All right, SPY's still working its way up now. Watch if we flip the straddle. I'll tell you when, but pretty much now I'm still up on all of them. Every play is up. So now, whoa. Oh, that was the other one. So that secondary set of calls I bought went up 50, but now the straddle's up 4 and the put is up 8. So you're still walking away with 12%. That's what I'm saying. Those straddles are good. Again, you have to get them at the right time, but for now, how we just did it, it ended up working great. But puts and calls are still up now. If you bought the dip, you're up 50%. I usually close a leg, but this time around, I wanted to hold it. I think today has a lot more uncertainty. The range was very wide, and then I think I got a really good price. So I was down to hold it, and then that's what I did. I added to the other side that I thought would do, and that ended up working out. If you sold that, but you did, see? Look at that. You didn't have to wait, bro. Amen. Amen. I love it. See, and now if you have the call, you're back to break even. You hit max 80 on that call or on the put, and then now we're good to go. So, yeah, there it is. They're both still up. Bro, this is insane. My put is still up 5%. My dip buy is up 70, and now original calls are up 12. So, bro, you could still get out of the put with a gain if you really wanted to. I might do it. Let's see. Honestly, on the next pullback. All right, now puts are negative, 20% differential. SPY calls are up 20. Other set is up 80. I should have kept the near the money. I had a near the money, and I flipped it for a cheaper one, but damn. I didn't average on the puts. I averaged on the calls. So shout out to Stream Alerts. I typed out a little theory on there, and I think it worked. But it's all working. We had good entries, good prices. We made the plays right ahead of the data, and I think just the time we secured it, it was good because everything's up right now. I'm not losing on any of them, even with that BS swing. So down and up, net positive. I'm still walking away 20% on my investment minimum. Market is me. Nah, just get the prices, baby. Get the prices. Those puts are still green, though, damn it. That's what I'm saying, bro. Very, very wild. Very, very wild. Oh, I'm a business. Amen. Microsoftian MQ Marquetta. Where's our mom? Straddle plays get killed if we stay in the middle. So watch, if it comes down at VWAP and stays here for an hour, all of these premiums are going to decline. So it's crazy. NASDAQ just went green. So you're pretty much moving between 0.5%. If we do this back and forth, then that's where you're gonna get that's where you get killed on the straddle. So like if we go up and down just to stay here and not go anywhere, that's where we're gonna lose. But you know, essentially the higher we advance above 5,600 or below, if you get a big move off of that, that's how you're gonna make money. And then Canada and Mexico currencies have already gone up. Reddit on the high. Then SMCI again. Autos were going. MO's on the low. Value stocks are selling off. You could sell the straddle if you think it's going to stay within a range. Again, or you can make a iron condor. It's up to you. No. We didn't want to stay between the range. No. Yeah, CoreWeave is killing it. Again, that Newsmax IPO, I think that got people hyped and it's doing good. And then, yeah, we'll see where it's at from there. Tesla, again, 270. Oklo. I haven't looked at uranium. You guys asked me about that yesterday. Oklo's not bad. Up 6% as well, too. Microsoft's killing it. Microsoft's one of the only names green on the Dow. Remember, that's what I was reading you guys earlier there. You literally have like 50% down. Am I playing close to the money? I'm trying to. Some plays are closer, some aren't. I even talked about it on that today. Remember, right before the stream cut out, we talked about how close that was. So ideally, I go for it, and then the way I get them cheap is by not having time, but that's kind of the catch-22 with all of it. Rivian up 40, good work, baby. Yeah, that one's still going. Again, GM kind of chilled out. Amazon red to flat. That's good. Microsoft's going to hold up. Again, I think all the big tech is starting to move. NASDAQ is the only thing green. So in a weird way, once again, you're doing reverse rotation, a.k.a. Dow Jones, Russell down, most values down, and then all of a sudden now you got a couple of tech names that are starting to lead. Another Tesla high, baby. Boeing CEO tells lawmakers plane has made serious missteps in years and is unacceptable. Senate testimony seen by Reuters. Rivian, the automaker, is going to be obvious. No. They have a lot of debt. But then again, I said the same thing with Tesla, so I'm not the guy to ask about these EVs. I just wouldn't get overly confident for no reason. But at the same time, I see a lot of Rivians. That's something that I think is worth noting, is that they are active. It's a real product out in the world. But, you know, they lose a lot of money. That thing is literally funded by debt. Lavrov says Russia, U.S. officials plan new meeting. So there you go, a little bit of peace deal stuff, but I don't think the market really reacts. Yeah, SMCI is going crazy. I keep seeing that one print on the high. Again, was it NVIDIA? One of the other chip makers was moving. TSM, I think. I see way more Rivians than Lucids. Lucid's a whack. That's a whack car. I think Rivian actually has a shot. But like I'm saying, you know, I don't know fundamentally. I always said if it ever went down, I think the valuation to I think it's like $2 a share, I'd buy Rivian. But right now it's kind of crazy. I mean, let me put it this way. Rivian is worth more. Rivian is 14 times worth, or I think 4 times worth Redfin. Rivian right now is about 5 times the size of Elf. It's literally about the same size, or it's about 3/4 the size of Estee Lauder. What's another company? It's almost 6 times the size of Sweet Greens. Not as big as Nike, but yeah. So just it's a high valuation. That's the thing that's crazy about it. Baba premiums are climbing. Stock's not moving. SPY trying to work its way up. Take note. High ticker getting active. Low ticker is only value plays in the VIX. And then now the SPY's starting to climb up. That'll be the next to go green. Amera. What's that? No. Bro, Tesla's crazy. Again, that's already worked out. We should have kept that one from yesterday. I keep saying that. But that's a winner. SPY now, new high of the day. Puts look great. Well, wait till you get to one of the levels. So you got to fill the gap. 56.17, then 56.27, and then I think 56.42 or something. But we'll see. Otherwise, it's a little different. Because down here, I bought the call again just because more names were red. There was a lot more room, but I think we'll hit a point and chill out, and then it'll get punted to whatever the Rivian is. Yo, waste management, pop. Decent, only 0.5%. It looked bigger. No, value got worked. Remember, though, this is why I was saying the last couple days, straddle on XLP, but unfortunately the index didn't move. You have to pick an individual name. But that's what I'm saying. After these big runs and rotations, it's either continues or it gets worked. All right, bro, my SPY puts, dude, they hate everybody. The SPY puts are only down 7%. That's insane. But now the calls are up 30, other calls at the bottom up 100%. So, yeah, we're in the game still. It would have been nice if I took the puts at the bottom, but even holding, it still worked. Core weave breaking out, that would be nice. Yeah, 40.80. What's the IPO price? Wasn't it like 41? So, yeah, if it gets above there, that's something I'm looking for. Beto ripping. I feel like everything's starting to catch a bid right now. So, honestly, until we get like a negative rumor, I feel like people are trying to buy this shit. Yo, look at Canada. Whoa, Canada currency going vertical right now. Just be careful. You might have another headline coming. Core weave breaking out. Honestly, the options are very limited, and they're kind of the same price. There's no number we're really looking for. We already got the data. Unless you want like a SPY level. Otherwise, 56.17 is the next spot. And then 56.27. And then 37 or 42. So we're going to go 10 points at a time, really. No, the core weave premiums won't move. I think it's because it's new and IPO and all of that, but I think it just needs to like have an IPO break. All right. New high and then chilling. VIX is crushed, but it's up a lot, man. They hustled everybody, but this is why I'm trying to encourage you all to lock in and pay attention. I'm not being rude to try to get you to just watch the video, because I'm just telling you, some of these like obvious plays are being so overlooked if you're just going with the media narrative of the market. Because I'm telling you, a couple days ago, I'm on the watch list. I'm here live, and I'm telling you, yeah, UVXY. And we're talking about it where the market was still low, and then they murdered the VIX. And then I was telling you guys, it's going to be the same exact scenario. Right ahead of tariffs, the volatility spikes. That's why we bought the VIX. They go up 300%. If you held longer than I did, you literally got 1,000%. And that's what some of the chads did. But this is where I'm saying now, it's unfortunate, because do you not understand what's happened? If you were ahead of it, you made money, right? But now, what is the situation you're in right now? SPY is going green, yep. But now they have found a way to kill the calls after jumping them up after the little rally. And then now you're paying more for the same volatility play that is low quality. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, it's mad expensive. So now, just by being late or kind of reacting and not, looking ahead in a way that you're prepared to, because again, all of this, you can see it. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know that the market is going to be crackheads ahead of these crazy events. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, if the week before you notice the volatility is low, yeah, why wouldn't you grab that? But now you literally have, like, this high level of premium on everything. Now the puts are expensive. Like I'm telling you, my straddle is still, it's not even that bad. The puts are way higher, and now they killed the calls. So now both sides, in a weird way, you're just paying more for both. It's quite ridiculous. One UPS, let's go, baby. Little by little. Small, good decisions. All right, man. High ticker is fully gassed right now, bro. SPY is literally on the green. Dow and Russell recovered, bro. This was just everything going up. Bro, go read the stream alert, bro. I don't know who listened, but I read it out loud, and I was just like, dude, 90% of the market is red. I made a play on it, and then I got the call, and then fucking it just rips. That's it. There's nothing else. You could blame anything else you want, but when it's all said and done, you just had way more names that were red here. I'm not blaming it on any move, but it took off from there. So now I think a lot of things went up, but they're still red. That's the weird part about it. because that's why I look at the Russell, look at the Dow. They recovered about 0.8 on that, but still. I haven't looked at Fidelity, the active trade. I forgot to install it. I just log into my long term and I stare at it and I get excited. Let's go. Let's get some houses this quarter, baby. Who's next, Chad? Every couple weeks, I got some Chads buying a crib. So let's get some good deals, baby. No rush. No rush, habibi. Good deal only. Yeah, bro, that Canadian currency, like I'm telling you, watch out for that. That's not, something's there. It could just be like jitters, but you never know. You close on April 22nd. Good work, baby. Cheers to you. And like I'm saying, man, I'm glad you're walking away with assets. And that's what I want you guys to do, man. And that's why, like I'm saying, I think this is going to set you up for a good life, man. And you're going to look back and again, you'll see there's a very big difference between those who believe what's possible and then those who prepare and are diligent and actually go for those goals, baby. So good work. 3-bedroom, 3-bath with a pool? What the fuck? You just balling like that, bro? You got a pool? What? I love pools. I don't like swimming, but I love pools. No more consumer carbon tax in Canada? That might be having an effect. I didn't know that. Maybe. Maybe that stimulates a little bit. Nibis on the high. Nibis is going to probably run with CoreWeave. CoreWeave. Fucking Tesla. Baba. Okay, I'm going to take a small 10% on Baba. Maybe I sold too early again, but I bought Baba plays with my SPY calls to double hedge, kind of. But now that the calls are up, I don't need that one, and it worked. But I like the news. SPY about to go. I know it is, and I know you already posted your play, but you're just pumping your play. Calm down. I know you got calls, baby. You got calls, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's, you guys can't do that. Just relax. So I'm not banning you or anything, but yeah, it shows. It shows. But you did post your play. I like that. Iran will develop nuclear bomb if Trump attacks, says Supreme Leader. What the fuck is happening? My stream alerts are being weird. White House, Trump to deliver remarks at 4 p.m. They changed the schedule. No more 3 p.m., 4 p.m. now. These swings are, it's a big day, bro. So like I mean, you could hear me on the watch list yesterday. I was telling you guys, you know, we are entering a very wild 48 hours. And that's what I was saying, you know, we're going to have a lot in store and you got to get ready for that. So really, I just think there's a lot of, this is what we see every time. That's what I was saying, man. Don't miss this. Don't get caught up in the dumb shit. Don't let them fool you. Watch your reaction function because we're reacting to the same thing over and over again. But generally, I think this is just straight up the anticipation for potentially a very big week. And again, we had data, and then wait till you get the other stuff. That's the other part, man. Your data, remember the data and that weird reaction, that's another part of today. So you're totally still ignoring all of that. The watch list was on this channel. So if you go to this channel and click live, you'll see the watch list. But yeah, we're going to see though. I need to make a video. I'm going to announce it, but After yesterday's, hate mail, I thought I would look at it constructively. And I don't want to lie to you guys anymore and tell you that on the watch list, 30 minutes, and I think the watch list confuses. So I do think this quarter watch list is going to be members only. And I'm going to move the watch list to this channel for the next quarter. So be prepared for that as well. I'll make an official announcement. But yeah, so get used to watch list on this channel. Yeah, and then I'll make other financial videos on the other one whenever I have time. All right, Core Weave premiums finally moved. Finally gonna do your taxes good. All righty. Democrats on House Oversight investigate Health Secretary RFK's bird flu response. Oh. And bonds down. Oh, yeah, those Walmarts. Old Spy, or the double dip is up 85. Other ones are up 30. Puts are down 20. So now there's a little bit that differential tightening up. All right. So 8:03, 30 minutes till Euro close. I need to go to the bathroom.
Different options.
Follow me on Instagram at the Trade Fraternity. Real Code News on Twitter.
Taken off the table. I'm told that there are three main options being considered. The first is sort of a blanket across the board tariff, potentially as high as 20% on all U.S. imports. The second option is sort of multiple tiers of rates, something like a few different buckets that countries could fall into, maybe 10, 15, 20%, and multiple tiers in that way, but keeping it simple. The third option is, of course, the most complicated, but the one we had been talking about the most, of sort of this custom rates on a country by country basis, depending on the trade barriers that they have up. I can tell you guys, we are unlikely to get any firm details on what exactly is coming until that 4 p.m. event tomorrow. One of the reasons one White House official told me that things are coming down to the wire is because the White House is watching and the president is watching how other countries are responding to the threat of these reciprocal tariffs. So just for a couple of examples here, they're talking about Vietnam, which has already cut tariffs on goods like cars, chicken, liquefied natural gas. India is also considering cutting up to 55%, tariffs on up to 55% of all of its imports. Mexico, for example, yesterday worked with the U.S. government. There were some arrests, some sanctions, I should say, regarding the Sinaloa cartel and fentanyl. The White House is also talking about Japanese investment. So all of that coming into play here, guys, as the White House decides how exactly they want to tackle on a country-by-country basis, potentially, all of these trade barriers. Guys?
And do we know anything, Megan, about whether the non-tariff barriers are also going to be targeted, like back taxes or exchange rates or other sort of unfair taxes for U.S. companies abroad?
Yep, absolutely. The latest that we know is that all of that is being taken into account. But we've heard a lot from the president in the last week. I'm sure you guys have heard him say this several times. About being more generous or more lenient than other countries are being. And what White House officials
if you held those babas, you got more.
What the president means by that is that even though he's considering all of the
high ticker, bro.
He might not go as
This is literally, bro. There's just so many names that were red. So like it looks like the high ticker is going crazy, but like I just told you guys 30 minutes ago, straight up, you had 90% of the market in the red. So now that's flipped. I'll give you an update here in like 10, 20 minutes, but SPY's green, NASDAQ's green, Dow is about to go green too. So there's a little bit of rotation, but if the Dow goes green, even with the Russell, do you guys see what's happening? So you're literally starting now to get everything kind of going up. This isn't a rotation. There's a little rotational element pointed towards the tech stocks. But, yeah. So be mindful of that, but you're moving. All right. Bro, Core Weave Premiums, the stock. Dude, that thing is tweaking. Yeah, okay. Now they started to move those Core Weaves. That's why I'm like, what? So watch out for that. Again, SPY plays are within 100% from the bottom. Straddles are still within about 10 to 20% on the differential. I still got both sides of that. I like Google, but I do think it's at a high price. I mean, I'm not really the best at that right now. in the sense that if you're just starting out a portfolio, you could throw one of those high flyers in there. But generally, I've been I've been shopping at the dollar store. I don't know any other way to put it. I like really good deals, and I'm not attracted to buying the expensive stuff. But Google's a great name, and I do like it. But I do think you got to kind of, you could take advantage of the other opportunities in the meantime. But that's just my opinion. CoreWeave does have options. If you're wondering about my plays, I don't think you should wonder about my plays. But yeah, I've been watching the CoreWeaves. Spy on the Horde. TTD, I forgot we were talking about that the other day. Wow, TTD still at the bottom, damn it. Things crazy. Affirm on the high. SE, VRT, TSM, Futu. So now more China plays running. Oh, I shut it out the bottom. Weed popping. I had a cheap play yesterday that didn't really react. MSOS. Oh, wait, no, I didn't. No, I did. Yeah, same price as yesterday. On credit cracking. Yeah, I do. I think there's a lot of things with credit right now. And those high yield spreads. I mean, that's why I played HYG the other day. But yeah, that's in the midst of all of this, credit rates. It's going to be important. And then if we see something big with the U.S. or the Fed, corporate credit is going to respond to. Pfizer in the 24s, that's great. SPY's still going, man. Ay. All righty. Do your thing, 21. Do your thing. Well, something is looming, but then again, it's uncertainty. But like I've been telling you guys this year, I mean, it's either going to be really big to the upside or to the downside. And that I think we could get behind. And like I've showed you by day 365, we're going to be at a much different spot. So just know that. And that's why I'm saying don't be fooled. Don't make up your mind right now and think it's all going to be like this. And even then, be open to a lot more. And that's why if you could kind of have a plan that you could make today and stick to that, you're going to be better off. Because there's going to be a lot of stimulus, and not financial, but like things to react to. But when it's all said and done, we got a long journey. And that's why you gotta keep doing your thing on it. I would stack up more Whirlpool. Yeah, I mean, the thing I was talking about last night, which I really, really strongly, amazingly strongly suggest you go watch it, is that there's some names that are cheaper than any other time that we've seen. So like when Whirlpool hit a new low, I bought it because nothing else was cheap. And now lately we got to watch Nike, UPS, what was the other one? Target. And I think there's one more, and they're hitting new low prices we have never seen. Like we've seen Pfizer at 24 in the last couple of years. We've seen almost every stock at a certain range. And that's why I'm like, wow, we got a nice little blessing here. Is that it? They killed it? Yeah, so now that little red, now the straddles are about break even. 40% up, 40% down. And then the other plays are up 102%. What if more banks fall? We'll get lower rates, but yeah, that's another thing to keep in mind. All right, now the straddle's matched up, unfortunately. So now that the puts got slashed right now, but then again, that's what they kind of did with the calls, but be mindful now. So this is the spot about 1 hour, 2 hours later, you're getting everything kind of work. Oh, whoa, what was that? Oh, fuck, I just saw one on the high. PH? Oh, man, it's going too quick. Yeah, PH. Jeez, bro. Well, whatever this is, 612. Baba going, I know I sold it too early. But hey, I hope I gave you a good entry. You know, amen, amen. But then the other play hit 100, so I'll take it. I'll take it. Again, core weave. I'm waiting for the breakout of this. So again, if it could get above IPO level just because of Newsmax, I think people are going to go crazy. You sold for 20. Good work, baby. Good work. They could add a bunch more strikes. I know. That's what they usually do. But it's just weird that it moved up a lot and then the option just stopped. And then now it's starting to move. Hold yourselves. I know it sucks because like it's obviously a joke where sometimes I have a good sell, but just be mindful of it. And the thing is liquidity. That's why I'm telling you, there's plays that I could find a great option, but nobody's trading it, right? And then after I buy it, and then if other people start there, the price goes down because of the liquidity. So that's a good thing. So that's why I just keep in mind, you know, sometimes it'll do the opposite, but you know, you got that little time window between me and you. It could benefit you a lot. Or like any other plays, like I say, wait till I go down on it, and then you could really hunt and get some good ones. All right. Running. I have used the wheel strategy. I'm not really the biggest fan of it. I wouldn't do the wheel strategy in this environment, though. Again, don't ever buy a stock to sell covered calls. Buy a stock because you want the stock. Don't ever buy it because of premium. Tesla brick. I do. Tesla's fire. And the SPY, bro. You're at 560 now, so you're back to higher than yesterday. So this is a new level, 5630. We got to go to 5637 and then really like 5667 or 5655. So there's a lot of little baby points in between here. And then again, that Canadian currency, that has my eyes right now. That's still in bullish zone. All right, man. You're right. Yeah, there it is. Right there, baby. Bradley Frizzle in the peach. Where's Boeing? Okay, damn it. And look at Baba. But cut that in half. You got Bradley Frizzle. That equals Boeing. Horn Peach Nation. Woo! My man. Amen. Amen. Let's go, Bradley Frizzle. How you feel about Liberation Day, Bradley Frizzle? How do you feel, man? Oh, we're blessed. We're blessed. I know, bro. If you remember that SPY call I bought before that other one, that was fucking fire. But yeah, the other shitty plays are up 150 now. Straddles are up 60% minus the 50. So you only have 10% on the straddle now. That sucks. The straddle doesn't pay as much to the upside. So to the downside, the call's held. And then that's why you made more on the put. But now the call's ripping, but you're not making as much because the put's not as good, unfortunately. How much is left in that? Honestly, no, this is going to work. This is going to work. Where are we right now? You're very interested. Oh, Mr. Frizzle! Give it 2 more points, and then I got an idea. I think we're above opening. You might be at pre-market, but no, you're even above yesterday's close. You're getting back. Realistically, you want SPY 564-ish. 564.50 will be the test, getting to the low of the other day when we had that sell-off. You love this, but tomorrow is April 2nd. Oh, I know. Everybody knew. Everybody knows and is getting ready. Crypto ripping. Oh, yeah, and then Core Weave popped. I forgot about that. Dot. And there it is, round 2. My goodness. Tomorrow, and then MSTR's ripping crypto. You guys are saying that. It sucks, bro. This is just making tomorrow that much harder. You guys realize this is wrecking premiums. I hope you understand that right now. This is not this is not like, bro, the puts are still up. Everything is still up. So, yeah, man, this is just going to make it a lot more challenging. But, yeah, now you're running a lot more to the upside here. But like I'm saying, it's changing at 5,639. So, yeah, I think your next, like, you could go to 5,670, but that might be too much. So this is already one level you now have between, like, 5,63 and then 5,64. Those would be the higher levels where this stops. Otherwise, it might take a candle, and then we got 15 minutes till Euro close. All right. You got 900%. That's good, but y'all ain't post plays, man. That's it. Do I have to start, like, being ruder again? Do I need to, like, ban more people and, like, because y'all doing it again? So post it. Otherwise, don't flex on everybody. That's all you got to do, man. That's it. Because, again, like, I've been seeing Skittle and a couple of y'all posting the plays. So, and I love to watch that. But, yeah, I don't know why. I think y'all got it twisted. It's all good, man. I'm just letting you know. That's for all of it. You know, I've seen it a lot today, so in the last couple days. All righty, you're going more. I have an idea. I might want to end one of the legs on the straddle, but I do want to keep riding in. And that other play is up 200% now. Bro, those other SPY plays are running. I'm so mad I didn't hold the other one. We had a way higher quality play, and I swapped it out. Okay, let me see that. Oh, and then GE, that's another good one. Yeah, so now you got 20% on the differential. So actually, puts stop going down, and now the calls are running more. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's why I say I didn't like. Here, it's only 10%. Okay, bonds a little lower. So see there too, even tie that into the data. I don't think there's more GFS news. Today sponsored by April Fools. For real though. Mexico president says response to tariffs will come April 3rd. So see, I don't know. The currencies are still looking great. So this will be a point though, 5637, like I'm saying. We either go a little higher or this is where we kind of end it. Good. The differential still holding. 150 on that other SPY play. It hit 200 at one point. Yeah, Shine Bomb comments again. You had a little one, but that cools that down. That got a little melty right there for a second. So see what everybody does. Oh, yeah, TLT still moving around. Oh, where's Walmart? Again, that actually held up for a value. SPY coming down. I think just get ready for confusion. That's it. I mean, we're going to get a lot of back and forth. This is the big day leading into tomorrow, and now you already got a little taste of it, right? You know, you woke up to the rumor with 20% tariffs. We go down a little bit. You play this. The data, market reacts seemingly the opposite. Even if you thought the prices were going to go or were up, like it just played out weird. And then you randomly bounce out of nowhere. 90% of the names were down, and then now we're here. Canadian, Mexico currencies going crazy. So, yeah, we'll see. You're tired of it? Well, that's what I said yesterday, man. You got to it's lulling us into not paying attention because you have to be and you have to watch out for the time there is actually new info. But what I've noticed lately is that we are reacting to the same story over and over again. That's it. A lot of these are just a lot of little developments on the same topic. The real new stuff, that's going to drive us. But generally, that's why I'm like, bro, little rumors, all these updates, it's info on something you already are aware of, and the market is priced. HSAI is up 25 and running right now. My goodness. Hi. I don't know how long. Well, this is already moving faster than 2018. So the tariffs just by default take time to implement and then to see the effect. But right now, the move and the reaction and sentiment by markets, this is already larger and faster than the first round of tariffs back in the day, which is fascinating. Because again, in a better position without a lot of other things being affected, it's kind of crazy to think that you have people are more reactionary to tariffs before they're even hitting. Like I'm saying, a lot of the data sets are up. Trump says he called with Egypt. CC went well. Hey, yo, lock in. Trump talking right now. Yep. He says he talked to Egypt CC. I don't know. I saw Amazon in NVIDIA right now. I saw it on the high ticker. But, yeah, all the tech is starting to run up here. Trump said he held call. Went very well. That's it. So get ready. You might get some comments here. I'm looking. All right. S&P up 4.3. Again, Euro close in 7 minutes. You're near the high, and Trump is somewhere. Tesla. Google. Tesla's killing it. And Baba. Trump discussed progress against Houthis in Gaza. He's talking Middle East right now. Watch oil, but you want him to say something with trade. Like I'm telling you, Mexican and Canadian currencies, they're already in pole position right now. I'd lock in. Technically, you could argue that the market just trailed up to them. No, man, yeah, you took a good one. Walk away. No stress, baby. No stress. All righty. So, again, the next level from here, we're going to probably go up like 10 points at a time or like 42-ish. But then like the 60s and 50s, that's where it gets really good. Amazon running there too. That was a big runner from the AM. Baba. Yeah, that candle was real on Amazon. So SPY still working up. Again, low ticker, pretty dry. Qubits on the high, only 16. I think that's going red to green. Your little quantum play, that's moving. Many blessings, baby. Amen. Then, yeah, Qubits running up there. That's red to green. Green, Core Weave, Oklo, CP. They hold me on that one. Where's Wally World? Canadian PM says they'll put in place retaliatory measures against U.S. if additional measures are put against Canada tomorrow. I mean, my MSOS didn't die. I went very small on it, but because usually those plays die. But, hey, I'll take it. GRI, that was running in the morning. That's halted on the way down. Core Weave. Again, SPY's it wicked into the high, but it's slowing. So let's see. We need to move off of here. The emotional damage is crazy right now. No. Long term. That's it. Long term, you got a deposit today. The long term is green. You're up on the year. All you're doing is shopping for the good deals. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing to worry about, bro. Nothing to worry about long term. It really is so OP, bro. You have no idea. There is good pickups. Like I said, I really hope you watch yesterday's watch list towards the end of it when we talk about it. But quite frankly, man, you're getting new developments. So take advantage of it. And at the end of the day, you know, the trading is only going to get harder from here. Wait till we get an easy break. That'll be fun. But then at the end of the day, your long-term, the plan we've executed that we're making, it's been a good time. It's been a very, very good time already. 5-6. It won't go above here for some reason. So that's it. It's either this will be a little baby top ahead of Euro close, or that's it. Actually, HSAI again. Bro, bonds are just staying pinned. Put time, no, Eli, long term. Okay, so I don't know. Your comments have been like odd in the chat, and then I remember it. I looked at my Instagram, and you sent me a weird DM before. And long story short, I don't know what it is, but I think you want to do good, and I want you to do good. And you're not going to do that by gambling. Get a long term, for real. That's where we got to do it right now. That's exactly what I was just telling everybody. Again, send me your long term. Let's make a plan to save 10% and build it up there. And once we have that, the trades will come. I promise you. Amen? I hope you feel me, bro. For real. Because like I'm saying, it's not the short term that has its own opportunity. And I think a lot of you let your life naturally develop, and it'll lead you to these speculative opportunities at the right time. But for real, you want to build something, you're going to follow me and you're going to look at stuff, be like, I need this, I want this, Josh, what is this? And like, bro, long-term is the answer. Long-term is how we're going to build wealth. Long-term is, I'm telling you, if you make $36,000 a year or less, give me 4 years, I could get you a house. That's a wicked claim. You know that? And that's big, but that's what I'm saying here. It's not, we don't get houses off of these, we have had houses off trades, but when it's all said and done, the higher quantity of houses created, even with low income, it has been the long term. So that's all we got to do, baby. All right. I want to do it, but I don't want to do it, man. I want to move around a little bit. All right. I don't know. I like the play, though. The differential is holding 15%. Yeah, like I'm saying, you could trade, like if you really want a strict rule, you shouldn't be trading with 10% of your 10%. That's your max. You get a house with 20K saved, yeah. Obviously, it's going to depend on your income and where you want it and all of that, but definitely, yeah. You hope you make more than 36K a year, though. I don't know. Are you in high school or where are you at? But most people, I think the median is 45,000 a year or higher. But yeah, 36,000 isn't. That's exactly why it's not assuming a lot of money. It's assuming that anybody could do this with anything. And I know life is hard and you got to pay for stuff, but like I'm saying, if you're not thinking about saving 10%. And prioritizing it, life is always going to be hard. This is the first step to building financial freedom. And like I'm saying, $36,000 a year may not seem like a lot, but that's what this account is. So it started with $24,200 a month, and then we raised it up. But like I'm saying, 4 or 5 years later, you now almost have a full year of work in there. So yeah. If you make 30K a year in the Bay, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it depends on where you're at, but I hope y'all feel me on this. And I think, though, there's good opportunity. And like I'm saying, just it doesn't matter really where you're at. This whole strategy is scalable, whether you have little money or a lot of money. The truth is still the truth, So, yalla. Woo! Oh, Core, there's that breakout. That's what I'm waiting for, bro. I'm like, bro, if it goes above this level, it's going to start going crazy. So, yeah, there you go. How much was that? Mercedes weighs pulling U.S. entry-level cars over Trump tariffs. All right, you're getting a little bit of escalation Euro close, and then Mercedes wants to get rid of the lower model Mercedes in America. All right, starting to go down. Is GM? Yeah, GM is coming out with vehicle deliveries right now. So now you got auto numbers too. You're going to hear from the other places. Whoa, really? Damn. Ba-da-ba-ba-bop. All right, I made it play free. Beautiful. Hitters, bro. I wish I don't know, that SPY straddle, I wanted to really maximize it, but I'm happy. And then I sold Baba too early, but the other play I held did great. All right, that's it. That was fire, bro. Fire. Other spies are holding to. Old TLTs came back to life. Yeah, let's do some push-ups. Push-ups, you got free plays too. We good to go, baby. We good to go. Ooh. What was that 5, 6? Yeah, bro, that's beautiful. All right, Chad, stand up. Get the body moving, man. It's time. It's time. You've been here for 2.5 hours. 4.5 left to go. Sitting is the new smoking. Get beside your desk and do 10 push-ups. I got to swing the ball, bro. And I got to do some abs. Core weave, bro. That's that IPO move. So it lagged a little bit. Everybody looking at Newsmax. And then very limited options, but all those options now moved. I was telling you, the premiums wouldn't go. They stayed the same price for most of this move. And then right here, all those premiums went up 50 to 100%. All right, man. We'll stand up, move around. You doing some flincheroo? Is that like the Flintstones? Like you sit down and run? And then SPY's still holding up, man. It's kind of even, in a weird way, it kind of looks like the bonds. Ooh. Shoulders, baby. Shoulders, yeah. Let me turn on something so you don't hear my weird breathing while I stretch. Shut out the long term.
And
all right,
this won't be the first step. There will be next steps, and we're entering a world that we really have not experienced before.
Can you go into how you've thought about this might even work? Because there's one thing about tariffing a product, but tariffing data flows, how does one do that?
Exactly. There's a huge difference between cars and champagne and zeros and ones, right?
Shame, but yes.
And so it's, you know how to tariff a bottle of champagne that's coming in. How do I respond to zeros and ones? And particularly, I think there's two parts to that. One, how do you respond when those digital services are going out of the country into Europe, where they're being regulated, rather than being brought in from Europe like a bottle of champagne? And sure, you can go after European companies like Bookings.com and those, but that's the tip of the iceberg. That's small potatoes.
Oh, no way.
How do you deal with? You then have to get.
I didn't even know Booking was European.
You then have to get.
That's amazing
down to
for
the question
Airbnb.
Of, okay, let's just think about this. Where are the data flows in and out of the EU? Well, they're financial transactions, even more than digital services activities. So do you put some kind of a tariff on those flows? Do you put some kind of a tariff on when information is accessed in American databases? I mean, there's a whole new world that we're entering here. You know, the United States dominates the cloud services market. When you access a cloud service provided by an American company,
and then we're
is there a
good.
tariff on
Well,
that?
hopefully you did your push-ups. Bro, those core
hard
weave
goods to soft goods is revolutionary. And as I said before, what happens tomorrow is just the first step, not the last step.
So take us through a few more steps, and whether ultimately the desire to retaliate, to protect profits, could actually backfire, could end up making us more bifurcated with Europe.
So the fascinating question here, Caroline, is will Donald Trump make European tech great again? Because of the fact that he is creating reasons to sever relationships with American tech companies. You know, the underlying theme of the relationship between the U.S. and Europe has been around security. And the European countries have all recognized they have to step up to their own security. But what is security today? You know, sure, you can switch from making cars to making tanks, but that doesn't reflect, for instance, what's been going on in Ukraine, where it is not expensive, heavy weapon systems like tanks that are decisive, but inexpensive, software-based systems like drones. And so we've seen a change in the battlefield, where it used to be that software supported hardware, kinetic hardware systems. Now you have software instructing that hardware what to do.
Putin meets with Foreign Minister of China, Wang Yi.
You've got to believe that the Europeans, as they go to increase their defense capabilities, aren't going to ignore the fact that it's not just hardware anymore, it's software.
Ooh.
And can we rely on
premiums? Well, let's
United
see.
States software service
provider? Calls are up 60, puts are down 40 from the morning. And then my other set of SPY calls are up 150. So the premiums haven't really changed too much. Again, it's still working. That's why I'm like, surprisingly, and I'm on tomorrows. I'm not on dailies, because that premium leading into tomorrow is just juiced because of all the uncertainties. Ooh, I need a sweater. I like it, though. I like it. And the core weave's insane. I don't know if it'll pull a Newsmax, but to go down and then up on IPO, and then they just had options. That was pretty active, but they already hit. So that was a good one. Ooh. Okay. Scalp a put. I mean, you may have a shot soon. Maybe even now. I mean, this is Euro close. We're going to get a little bit of moves, but I still am generally expecting another rumor today. I'm expecting or something about, we heard this about the policy tomorrow is going to be this, or some country, UK, Canada, shine bomb, somebody's going to come in. Look at yen's starting to move now. I don't know if it's bonds or not, but like I'm saying, we still got something between now and tomorrow morning. Take note, all the currencies are dropping, and then VIX and, the yen and then bonds. So maybe your put might be there. Yeah, everything's mad expensive, bro. I'm telling you. Very, very wild. Again, you're 10, 11 minutes off Euro close. Braba dropping. No. Well, I'm mad, but not really. I sold out mad early. The typical. But yeah, now it's back to where I got it. But I think you're still up. We had a good entry. Goldman lowers Germany's 10-year bond forecast. You're buying SPY longs or puts. Let's go, baby. Good luck. Because honestly, if bonds break out here, all those currencies flush, you might get a little bit of a pullback. So there you go. I wish you guys the best of luck. Check the Trump Truth Social. Oh, let me see. Looking to buy your mom a house? Hold on. I got so much going on. Let me check my truth. Oh, yeah, he did. Senator Tim Kaine, who ran against me, is trying to halt our critical tariffs on deadly fentanyl from Canada. Oh, we're making progress to end this terrible crisis. They must vote. Yeah, remember, hold on there. Give me 1 second. I'm going to respond to all these donos, but this is big. A minute ago, Trump just put out a statement on Truth Social talking about one of the rumors. This morning, they were saying that Homeboy was going to, they said that he can't do tariffs on Canada because Republicans are fighting it. And now he's saying that that is a problem. Democrats will have fentanyl to get out of hand. Republicans have reverse course strongly and quickly. Major additional progress being made. Don't let Democrats have a victory. It would be devastating for the Republican Party and for, more importantly, the United States. So literally, even Congress might get in the way of tariffs. Yo, gold. Uh-oh. Yo, gold just flushed. I don't know why. Interesting. Yeah, Trump Senate Republicans must vote to keep national emergency in place. I think that is indicating in a weird way, watch if you rally off of that, because that just might mean that Trump tariffs might get neutered by Congress, a.k.a. he can't do what he's, think about it, why is gold dropping? Because that means uncertainty may be down, but that's too early to tell. Don't fall for what I'm saying, because what I'm telling you, a lot of today, we're not really reacting to things, so I'm just spitballing ideas in real time, but I don't know how much weight that has. Yeah, and Bitcoin popping, gold down. I know it could be uncertainty. Maybe it is that Truth Social, but we'll see. I could be right, I could be wrong, but, you know, I'm fast, and you're getting it right now. So that's that's the only thing. As of the first moment, my first thought is that, so we'll see. All right, what did you say, Carter? Let's go. I want to buy mom a house to live in, but want to make it an appreciated asset so it doesn't affect DTI. Is there a way I can make my first property and her first home? How old is your mom? Get her a reverse mortgage if she's old enough. Otherwise, every property is going to affect your DTI. The only way you could do it is if you buy it and rent it to your mom, and then on paper you have a lease saying that she's paying you. Or if she does pay you, then the rent income will be reduced from the DTI. Other than that, though, yeah, there's no other way to do it. And thank you, Kanan and Seven. What up, baby? Good morning and God bless. All right, man, you're coming right back up. SPY calls up 65 and now puts 40. Wow. So look, that little drop raised the calls and the puts. So now that got the put premium higher, and then the calls got to move up with it, and then the out of the monies are up 150. Where's CoreWeave? Again, gold dropping, Bitcoin up. That just happened. The CoreWeave went. You posted it. Amen. I got one too. GG's, baby. GG. Oh, David, y'all got hits today, huh? It was good call-outs, I'm telling you. There was even the individual plays. I hit a lot of individuals. The timing there, I think a good day so far. Again. So let's go, baby. I appreciate y'all. Let's get it. I didn't check your long-term. No, I want to do long-term reviews on the live watch list, but I want to see Eli's. Because, again, I saw his, I didn't understand what he was telling me, but I think he wants to do good, and I want him to do good, but I see him interested in the gambles, but I want to see if he has the long term. Other than that, I'm not looking to go over long terms right now. you're high-key mad at yourself for not posting, no, man, you're fine. Don't even trip. Like, I'm honestly, in a weird way, you would kind of be better off not posting your play. You don't have to. I'm just saying, if you want to, I really hope a lot of you, what I'm trying to encourage, if you make money and are doing good in business, even trading, you don't need to tell anybody. I promise you. And this is what I'm saying. Like, otherwise, if you need validation or credit from other people, that's just not a good way to set yourself up. And that's why I'm saying, like, listen, you don't even have to distract yourself. I'm not trying to put a pressure on you to post all of your plays. I'm just saying you better have that play posted if you're going to walk into a group of people and be like, hey, look, I made so much money. Look, I'm making money. It's like, if you want that reaction, you should have the play first. Ideally, the best way is to just not even care if any, like, that's it. I hit plays. I don't care if anybody congratulates me or not. I don't care if it, all I care about is if I win because I want my money. So I encourage that for you guys as well. But that's it. You want your fellow Chads, but at the same time, I would focus on yourself more. And if everybody did that, everybody would win. But if you're going to flex it and get in that, there's pretty much, you're bringing a social element to an already difficult financial game, right? Trading is hard by itself. Imagine now, oh, I got to help this. I got to help that. I got to do this. Oh, I want to do this. I want someone to look at what I did. Oh, yeah, there's a lot. So in a weird way, you could just reduce all of that pressure. I want to do it. I don't know how. Can we do that? If anybody coding-wise, we should find out how to do this. I want to do something where I could put like people upload their plays and then we have it like the Real Cult News Twitter. I want it to like scroll across this screen and we could have like a little leaderboard if you want that. But for now, I just encourage you to not get too distracted and take care of yourself. That's what matters, is that you are taking care of you, your finances, yourself, and I hope you could take pleasure in a job well done on your own. And that will always lead you a good way. Whoa, CSAI. Okay, TLT's green, core, weave, everything. Everything. For all you do, I've never seen someone so eager to help others and buy a house, man. It's been a long mission. It's difficult, but like I'm telling you, bro, the ones that do it always make it worth it. So let's go, baby. You're next. I don't want a Discord. You guys are going to get diddied. And like you see it, I mean, at the end of the day, like I would argue that 8 out of every 10 people in the stock market is a predator, even in this chat room. So don't trust anybody. I've been telling you guys this for years. None of you believe me. But that's why. As long as someone like smiles at you, you get all excited and oh, look, they're trying to show me. Oh, yeah, share me this info. And then that's it. Before you know it, they shared you drugs. Again, as Uncle says, helpful isn't friendly if they're helping you to tie the noose. So be careful. Change the trajectory of the portfolio and help start your mama long term? Oh, you're just a good son. Good for you. I love to hear. MSTR Baba flip now, so maybe it worked out. That's crazy. So all the plays are running now. So now you have 80% on the calls, and now you're down 40 on the puts. So now it worked even better. The differential is solid. And then the other plays up 170. So I'm telling you this so you know where premiums stand. So out of the money calls are jacked. Puts are down, but they're not down that much. And then the straddles did work, essentially. I might get out of it right now. I wanted to earlier. Maybe I wanted to hold the other side, but It won't go higher than that. All right. I'm out of the call on the straddle. We'll take 70%, down 40 on the put. I'll hold it for a little bit and then get out. But that worked. I'm not mad. Core weave again. Those plays are up 150 already. Oh, you got a tweet. APLD core weave cores. Altman working as fast. If anyone has GPU of 100K, we could get that ASAP. Or all right, I'm out. Took about 27%. Not bad. Could have made more. We could have optimized it, but straddle is over. Again, 27 net. Not too bad. I think I have a call still. I got one more. That one was just mad cheap. And then it's up like 180, so I'm just going to ride that. And then I don't have any other put. Euro closes at 8:30 still. Atlanta Fed minus 3.7. I don't see that one yet, but that sounds wild. All right, Ripperoonie. So again, I'm out of the straddle. I just would have kept losing on the puts. I think the calls could have made more, but that's what I'm saying. I'll just hold the cheap out of the money one now because we got a way better hit on that. Yeah, core weave's fire. That's what I was telling you guys this from the morning. Again, I made a play on it. Already made it free, but I was just telling you if this breaks that IPO, that's money. So that's just OG IPO shit. YN. No, what? Bro, some of these plays we're at $200 this morning? What? Okay, watch the bonds. That's nuts. Bro, I'm looking at some of these. Dude, yeah, that was wicked. Bro, some of these plays, they were just, even the puts were up a lot. All right. PTP part 2. Wow! Hey, man, that was a fire one, bro. And you post, he said, I always post to play. Because he always posts to play. There you go, baby. Thank you, my friend. For real, bro. You've been on fire. I love it. Oh, I love it. Amen. And long term. And it's good to know you guys have long terms, too. I love to see you doing all of it. Yeah, I'm typing. I just made a play. That's why I was typing. I was sending out a stream alert. So, again, I closed out of my straddle. I had those other ones. Yeah, we made a couple plays free today in the morning. Bonds are green, too. I have an old play. I got to do something with that. Core weave. Oh, man. I shouldn't have made it free. I would have made way more. Holy fuck. Yeah, core weave's insane now. Again, I think the Newsmax stuff, it's just finally hitting now. And then that Sam Altman tweet, I think that's going to fuck with it. Can expect new releases from OpenAI to be delayed due to capacity, says Sam Altman. Yeah, I think everyone's picking up on core weave and just they're figuring out it has options. But Sam Altman's talking about needing capacity right now. And then Newsmax, the other IPO, just went crazy. And then this traded its float a couple days ago, but then it broke past the high price and then started going nuts. So we talked about, again, I've been telling you this since below 40. So I hope, and then again, a couple of Chads also made plays and posted them. So you had opportunity if you've been paying attention. You did, baby. Let's go. Grab the 150, 417. That's what I'm talking about. 1,000% sharing plays cooks you. Such a distraction, causes you to lose trades. Like I'm saying, I mean, it's a social element. If you want to deal with it, deal with it. That's be my guest. But like I'm saying, you could either make life easy and not flex and not have to post, or if you want to, feel free. But that's you know, there's a higher standard. And then you got to deal with more. Tesla touches high of the day as GM and Ford first quarter sales indicate U.S. car shoppers are buying the competitors. Tariff party tomorrow at close, pretty much. Remain committed to remaining peace and stability. Trump, Republicans. Remember he made those comments, and then we didn't hear anything else. You always seem to be a week or a day ahead. Welcome to my world, brother. That's why I just get it long term. Already sold half, I feel. Bro, I sold mine at 100%. So I made it free at 100, but then it went up another 200. And I had a good amount of them. I only got one left now. But I'm happy. Again, plays, even the Walmarts this morning, SPY plays, straddle money. We got it out of the money up 160 right now. It was a good day. But let's see where it ends. And then gold's still plummeting again. Wing on the high. Yeah, GM just had those numbers. It didn't really move too much. Core Weave just hit 46. Then came down. Bitcoin versus gold. It's very interesting. Gold's going down. Bitcoin's going up. Okay, working up Oracle. I liked the NVIDIAs too, man. I went too early on that. I got burned on that other set. But I like the NVIDIA for when it does bounce. I think when the market, the days like today where you get everything going, if we could get a good piece of news, that'll be good. White House National Security Council SPOX, U.S. remains committed to maintaining peace and stability across Taiwan, encourage peaceful resolution. Newsmax, I don't know. That one, I don't even think it's traded yet. That one was just, they pulled the HKD. WTF on the high. I think that's appropriate. Bro, a lot of things just popped. Easy, PW. Yo, this thing's up 4. And then WTF. Oh, it's an IPO. Watton 5. What's Easy, PW? This just popped. This one's up 5. That could be a buyout or something. It's mad liquid, 5%. I don't know if they have options. Easy, PW. It's fun to say. I can't even type it in. They have options. People are buying them, though, but be careful. They're already up $500. So, again, I don't know the news on it. That's what I'm saying. 5% or more, I pay attention. But options already went nuts on that. They're up 500% at 20 cents. That's too expensive. But that's running now, 8%. No, this isn't halted. WTF is an IPO. Easy PW. I don't have a play on it. I think the options already broke. That's it. It could be a buyout. Easy PW. I'm checking now. Yeah, all those options just went nuts. Even the shitty one just tripled up. Announces closing of private offering of senior notes. Oh, yeah, that's weird. They just closed it off. Up 10 now. Well, I got you that in the first second, but you had to go quick. Now the plays came down a little bit, but I hate that option chain. But that's moving. Oh, wait. Oh, there's one. I don't know what their offering was. All right, there's one cheap one. I don't really like it. But I got one for $20. Oh, Restoration. They have earnings. I think tomorrow. The May call? No, I'm banning you. Don't guess what's in my head. It's going to hurt everybody. Okay, and now I'm selling out of that play. Let me see. Yeah. It's suspended. Yeah, Easy Corp. I saw that one. That was a private. And then what's the other one? WTF? Is he first one back on the list? He might be. He might be. I don't know. After yesterday, see if these IPOs, everyone might get jumpy. 4.37 million shares. So it's already did 685,000. No idea what it is. Is that a 2? I think WTF that's it. It's either going to die or people are going to try to Newsmax it. Does that make sense? That's what I was saying. Even with Core Weave, once you get one of those like crazy moves, people start doing that. So we'll see. PBR, Petrobras, Petróleo Brasileiro. And then Shop, Zillow, high ticker starting to go again, round 2. Oh, yeah, PBR, 2% pop. Hold on, are you going to get... I hate playing PBR, but that's decent. Yeah, PBR is moving. Usually this pops and fades, so be careful, but you might actually have some news related to the government. WTF is based in Hong Kong? Oh, really? Yeah, maybe then. This might be your HKD. Let's see. I'm not going to touch it, though. I think it's going to be... That's just a big coin flip. So good luck if it works. Again, PBR, keep an eye out on that one. That one's interesting. Easy PW, still holding. TLT's back to green. Core Weave killing it too. My goodness. Encino, they have earnings. And then Spy hit that high. Now you're chilling. What time is it? 9 o'clock. 30 minutes post. Post Euro. SKWD now. We're actually getting a lot of random movers though. So SKWD, that's up 2. You might watch out. You just saw what EZPW did, so it's either there might be like an event or you might just get these random ass pops and then that's it. It's a pawn shop? WTF is a pawn shop? Really? Still not unhalted yet, but interesting. ERJ, is that in Breyer? Yeah, and Breyer's popping. That's a plane maker, jet maker. ERJ. Tesla new car registrations in Italy up 51%. And then SPY breaking out Tesla as well. You're up 300 on PBR. Good work. Yeah, a couple people on YouTube got some plays they're posting too. Habibi. Wheaton is a holding company that engages in provision of securities brokerage. So yeah, I don't think WTF is a pawn shop. Mercedes spokesperson. Wow. Wow, you ready for this? Mercedes denies the Bloomberg report that car makers are withdrawing cheaper cars from U.S. market as a tariff contingency. Oh, EZPW is the pawn shop. Nice. So yeah, Mercedes-Benz spokesperson, this is without any merit. Mercedes-Benz continues to seek sales growth for its highly desirable vehicles. So yeah, Bloomberg reported falsely on the Mercedes thing with the cheap cars, and Mercedes took that personally. All right, Meta, LHX, DHS. Everything running, man. We're going round number 3. 5645. Remember I told you 5647 and then pretty much 5555 and then 5565. Those are our level. Princeton says U.S. government has suspended dozens of grants, probably to DEI as well. How do I feel about dip buys? Watchlist. So yeah, if I don't know what you're asking per se, but yeah, watch out for it. Tesla again. You just had Italy registration numbers. I think those are good, or that's at least helping. Bloomberg. Tesla 277. Now NVIDIA, SPY near the high again. Tech is up by 1%. So sadly, it's looking more like a rotation. I say sadly because this isn't everything is up right now after being red on the day earlier. But you're definitely getting an outsized move now on tech. It's about doubling the best performer. Shall we say? Ah. Is this live? I think press briefing's about to start. WTF unhalted down. Yeah, I think you do have the presser. Bloomberg.
Once overwhelmed, is now nearly empty. With so few migrants coming into the U.S., they wrote, shelters that once served migrants have completely closed. Deportations of illegal aliens who threaten the safety of the American people are also continuing at a rapid pace. Over the weekend, the United States military transferred a group of 17 violent criminals from the Tren de Aragua and MS-13 terrorist organizations to El Salvador. And an illegal alien who was released by the Biden administration into our country was just arrested in Georgia and charged with the horrific killing of Camelia Williams, a mother of 5 and grandmother. The suspect has now been indicted on charges of malice murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, rape, aggravated sexual battery, and necrophilia, which for those who don't know, necrophilia is a sexual obsession with a corpse. This
Why you gotta explain that, girl?
Was ordered to be removed in July 2023, but the Biden administration allowed him to stay. This case represents the ruthless murderers, rapists, and pedophiles who Joe Biden and Democrats let into our country over the past 4 years through our southern border. They should have never been here in the first place. Keep this in mind the next time you see Democrats protesting future illegal alien removals from our country. President Trump is focused on fulfilling his greatest obligation, to keep the American people safe and to defend our country from violent invaders. Looking ahead to tomorrow, April 2nd, 2025, will go down as one of the most important days in modern American history. Our country has been one of the most open economies in the world, and we have
Zillow's running. Meta's on the high too.
The best consumer base. But too many foreign countries have their markets closed to our exports.
Bro, I need to tell you guys, Europeans are tweaking.
Unfair.
They hate the U.S. right now.
The lack of reciprocity contributes to our large and persistent annual trade deficit that's gutted our industries and hollowed out key workforces. But those days of America, beginning tomorrow, being ripped off are over. American workers and businesses will be put first under President Trump, just as he promised on the campaign trail. The president's historic action tomorrow will improve American competitiveness in every area of industry, reduce our massive trade deficits, and ultimately protect our economic and national security. President Trump's economic vision is rooted in common sense. America will offer companies the lowest taxes, energy costs, regulations, if they make their products right here in the United States and hire American workers for the job. It's simple. If you make your product in America, you will pay no tariffs. We have already seen a number of the largest companies in the world respond to this economic approach. For example, Project Stargate, led by Japan-based SoftBank and US-based OpenAI, and Oracle, announced a $500 billion private investment in the United States-based artificial intelligence infrastructure. Apple announced a $500 billion investment in U.S. manufacturing and training. NVIDIA announced it will invest hundreds of billions of dollars over the next 4 years in U.S.-based manufacturing.
That's what I heard.
And the Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing company, TSMC, announced a $100 billion investment in U.S.-based chips and manufacturing. These are just a few of the investment announcements that have already been made, and it is clear that President Trump's America First approach is already working. In our new media seat today is Mark Halperin, the co-founder and editor-in-chief of Two Way, a new live video platform that builds communities around interactive conversations with leaders and content creators from every subject area. Mark and his colleagues welcome all voices into discussions that are spirited but respectful. They have over 37.5 million video views, over 3.6 million watch time hours since the platform began just last year. This is new media in its truest sense.
I think I have 2 million minutes watched in the last 30 days.
Part of engagement on the most important issues facing the country.
That's fine.
And
y'all can ban me.
With that, Mark, please kick us off and welcome to the briefing room.
Thanks, Mark.
I'll ask you a question about tariffs and then one from one members of our community about education. It's perceived by some that companies or countries, if they change their policies either before tomorrow or after tomorrow, can have the president alter what he's planning.
All right, Ripperoonie, 200% on that other one. Damn it.
President consider making those changes?
Well, the ultimate change for these companies in these countries, Mark, will happen when they decide to do business in the United States of America. And as I just laid out, they will face no tariffs at all if these companies choose to invest here in the United States and to move their production and their manufacturing here to the United States as well. As for tomorrow, the president will be addressing the decades of unfair trade practices that have ripped our country off and American workers off. It has hollowed out our middle class. It has destroyed our heartland, and the president is focused on reshifting our global economy to ensure that America is once again the manufacturing superpower of the world.
So if they do something today or later in the week that's a pledge for future activity, would that be good enough potentially to alter the policy?
Again, the president has been looking at the very unfair trade practices of the past. Certainly, the president is always up to take
Who
a phone
still
call,
believes
always
this
up for a
lady?
good negotiation.
Nice. So
but
you
he is
came
very
back
much
from
focused on
unban and you're
fixing
like,
the
yeah.
wrongs of the past and showing that American workers
Word.
have a fair shake.
Word.
If someone calls
That's
after
good.
tomorrow
That's
and says,
good.
hey, I'm ready to make a change.
Glad you guys learned from the last
The president
quarter.
is always open to taking calls.
Awesome.
A question from one of our community
ICCT.
is a school teacher in
This
Wisconsin.
one's already
She's
up a
taught
lot.
K through 8 in public, independent, private, and private schools. And here's what she wanted me to
Again, I
ask you.
think the fact
She
that
says,
they're
"I see the
talking about
elimination of the
anybody
Department
can
of Education as an
announce
excellent
something,
first step in the
it's a little bit
improvement of our
positive, but
school
I also
system.
think it's just
Do you
kind of
see any further
squeezy.
role the federal government can take beyond this, possibly in promoting the expansion of voucher programs or reducing the influence that teachers' unions hold over our schools?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Katie for her service to our country and our nation's children.
Thank you.
Being a teacher is the most noble profession that we believe one can have. And the president
Oh,
said
TLT
in his
dropped,
remarks when he
ironically.
signed the executive order to dismantle the Department of Education that he loves our teachers. And in part, this order is to empower our teachers to have greater decision making in the classroom. Nobody knows our nation's children and our students better than our teachers who are with them every single day. As for the federal government's role, to get to the heart of Katie's question, the president has made it clear to Linda McMahon that we need to find other places within our federal government for critical programs regarding education. Pell Grants, Title IX, lawsuits, etc., civil rights lawsuits, all of that are critical functions, special needs programs, nutrition programs, but there are other places throughout the
GME a
federal
little pop into
bureaucracy
the
where
high,
those things can happen
Amazon.
and work. The Department of Education has been
I know gold
a very
dumping while
bloated
Bitcoin
bureaucracy.
rips.
We
Very
spent
odd.
trillions of dollars on this department, and for what?
But then again, it
Our
could be
children
some of
are
that
worse off as far
uncertainty
as education goes today
going
than they were
down.
when this department originated, and that's very concerning to the president. So.
The two issues she cited are those priorities for the president: school education choice, vouchers, and diminishing the role of teachers' unions.
The president is very supportive of both of those things, particularly when it comes to school choice. He has said that school choice is the civil rights issue of our time, and he wants every child, regardless of zip code, socioeconomic status, how much money their parents have, to be able to go to the school of their choosing that best suits their educational needs. And he is going to empower state and local leaders to make those decisions.
Yeah, GME's moving. NVIDIA was doing decent, man. It's up 1-2.
Just changing subjects for 1 second. The administration has expressed a complete confidence in how all the deportation flights to El Salvador were conducted. But now that the administration has conceded that there was an error of one Salvadoran national, will there be any reviews conducted? And does the president express any thoughts on the one error that was disclosed in court last night?
Well, first of all, the error that you are referring to was a clerical error. It was an administrative error. The administration maintains the position that this individual who was deported to El Salvador and will not be returning to our country was a member of the brutal and vicious MS-13 gang. That is fact number one. Fact number two, we also have credible intelligence proving that this individual was involved in human trafficking. And fact number three, this individual was a member, actually a leader of the brutal MS-13 gang, which this president has designated as a foreign terrorist organization. Fact number four is that foreign terrorists do not have legal protections in the United States of America anymore. And it is within the president's executive authority and power to deport these heinous individuals from American communities. It is a promise he campaigned on. It is a promise he is keeping. And every single person in this room should be grateful for that, considering especially MS-13 is very prevalent and prominent here in the District of Columbia, in Maryland, and in Virginia. And the president, the attorney general, everyone who has been involved in these operations is focused on eradicating these criminals and terrorists from our communities.
The vice president said he was a convicted member of MS-13. What evidence is there to back that up?
There's a lot of evidence, and the Department of Homeland Security and ICE have that evidence, and I saw it this morning. Steve.
Has the president fully made up his mind on the level of tariffs to impose tomorrow? We keep hearing about a 20% flat rate.
The president said last night he has made a decision and a determination. I was with him in the Oval Office earlier.
So watch, market moving a little.
That decision tomorrow. I don't want to get ahead of the president. This is obviously a very big day.
Remember, the rate is what everyone's tripping on.
Perfecting it to make
Trump
sure
has
this
made
is
up mind
a
on
perfect
tariffs.
deal for the American
That's
people
hitting
and
the wire.
American worker, and you will all find out in about 24 hours from now.
And are the car tariffs going to go into effect on April 3rd as scheduled?
Correct. Yes, they will.
Okay. And last thing, would you like to respond to the Chinese military drills around Taiwan?
Yes, I would. As a matter of fact, the National Security Council.
All right, I'm taking that last call, 180.
And they said
Take
that
it off
the
the
president
table.
Is emphasizing the importance of maintaining peace in the Taiwan Strait, encouraging the peaceful resolution of these cross-strait issues, reiterating our opposition to any unilateral attempts to change the status quo by force or coercion. That is directly from the National Security Advisor. Just for you, Steve Holland of Reuters. Monica.
Thank you so much, Caroline. Elon Musk this week revealed that Doge found that the Biden administration issued over 2
I still think
million
you could
Social
go up a
Security
little higher,
numbers to illegal
but I don't
aliens,
want that.
Found 20
I'm happy with 200%. Pretty much, I still think SPY could go up to 564. So I still think you got 2 more points of upside, or we could kind of get more volatility. But again, she's confirming that she didn't say anything, but right now people are already, like, again, Bloomberg already said some fake shit with Mercedes. But here's this chart's from Bloomberg, and they have a huge disclaimer. But long story short, man, what people, again, he said 20. If it actually came in on 20, it really wouldn't be that bad. But people are forecasting stuff as high as 35, literally going back to 1891. I think this expectation is too high. That remember, 9% is what most people are at right now. 20 on individuals will be bad, but they're saying a 35% is this idea. So if he's kind of saying Trump has made up his mind and then they promote that idea, that would hit a little bit negative. But even then, I still think the market could go up. We had a good bottom tick. I'm taking it right there. Maybe we grab another one, but either way, I still think you could go either 2 points higher or we go VWAP, and then we still have 3 hours.
Built to tell a selective story about the EPA's history and climate change. It was a real pat on the back to President Biden. And guess how much American taxpayers paid for it? $4 million for this museum that I think only 1,000 visitors saw last year alone. And it will cost American taxpayers $600,000 per year to operate this museum. Well, it's not going to exist anymore. We're going to save taxpayers those critical funds. And Administrator Zeldin is very proud to announce that. And just at EPA alone, and the cuts that they have made, they've saved taxpayers more than $22 billion in wasteful grants and spending. Peter.
Thank you, Caroline. When the president goes down to Florida on the weekends, does he ever hear from, there are so many retired folks down in Florida, does he ever hear from any retired Americans who are stressed about these wild swings in the stock market because of the tariff uncertainty? And they're sitting there on fixed income or living off a 401k, and they don't know how much money's going to be left.
Well, certainly they are legitimate concerns, and the president takes those concerns very seriously, and he's addressing them every single day. And tomorrow's announcement is to protect future generations. The senior citizens you mentioned, it's for their kids and their grandkids to ensure that there are jobs here in the United States of America for their children to live the American dream, just like they presumably did. And as for their worries about their 401ks, their Social Security, I just addressed Social Security. This president is always going to protect it for our tax-paying senior citizens. As for their 401ks,
Meta's head of AI research, Joel Panay,
is working on implementing that economic formula every single day by lowering inflation, lowering energy prices, massive deregulatory efforts, while simultaneously effectively implementing tariffs. And they'll hear more about that announcement tomorrow.
And you said that the president right now is with the trade and tariff team. They are very confident that this is all going to work. But what if they're wrong?
They're not going to be wrong. It is going to work.
Bad
And
answer.
the president has a brilliant team of advisors who have been studying these
You know,
issues
that's a good
for
question.
decades.
Bad. There's
And
zero
we are
chance of
focused on
failure.
restoring the
Actually,
golden age of America
we did
and
the math.
making America
0%
manufacturing
chance
superpower.
of failure.
And again, Peter,
You
I
can't
would point you
fail.
to the investments that have already
You
trickled
can't.
into this country. And the
No, sir,
president
you
hasn't
can.
even made
You
his
actually
tariff
can.
announcement yet tomorrow. There have been billions of dollars in private investments from around the world pouring into American communities. What does that look like for those watching at home, for the people you mentioned, worried about their own economic circumstances? It means more jobs in your communities, which means more money, more investments, more money in your pocket. That's what the president is committed to. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention the president's commitment to tax cuts, which we are counting on Congress to do, especially on Social Security.
And one more.
Sure.
Are the special elections today a referendum on the president?
I think first of all, as you know, I'm a government employee now, so I'm not very much allowed to comment on elections that are taking place. That's something to get used to, having just been on the campaign trail for quite some time. But the president is the leader of the America First movement and the MAGA movement. And that was made very clear on November the 5th when he received nearly 80 million votes. I could also say that it is the constitutional right of every law-abiding American in these places where these elections are being held to vote, and every American should exercise their constitutional rights. Sure.
Thanks, Carolyn. A few questions about this deportation case. First, I wanted to clarify something that you said to Jeff a few minutes ago. You said you'd seen evidence that this man was a convicted gang member. In what court was he convicted and for what?
This individual was an MS-13 ringleader. This individual was also engaged in human trafficking. And I'm glad you brought up this point again, because I would like to point out
that
if you just saw the headline
Israel
from
eliminated
the
terrorists. That's old.
insane, failing Atlantic magazine this morning, you would think this individual was Father of the Year, living in Maryland, living a peaceful life, when that couldn't be further from the truth. They didn't even mention in the title of that article, or even in the first paragraph, that this individual is an illegal criminal who broke our nation's immigration laws. He is a leader in the brutal MS-13 gang, and he is involved in human trafficking, and now MS-13 is a designated foreign terrorist organization. Foreign terrorists have no legal protections in the United States of America, and this administration is going to continue to deport foreign terrorists and illegal criminals from our nation's interior.
But a judge ordered that he should remain in this country. So are you saying that it is okay to ignore a judge's ruling if you don't like it?
Who does that judge work for?
He's an immigration
It was
judge.
an immigration judge who works for the Department of Justice at the direction of the Attorney General of the United States, whose name is Pam Bondi, who has committed to eradicating MS-13 from our nation's interior. And let me tell you why we've made this commitment. MS-13, may I remind each and every one of you, is a brutal and vicious gang. They raped and strangled a 20-year-old autistic woman to death in Maryland. They hacked 4 people to death with machetes in a park on Long Island. They have kidnapped, sexually tortured, and shot a teenage girl in Texas after she insulted them, allegedly. Killed and mutilated a 17-year-old girl in Virginia, stabbing him 16 times and cutting off his hands. They beheaded and cut out the heart of a man in Washington, D.C. They raped and murdered a 13-year-old girl in California. They sex trafficked a slew of young girls, including one who was just 12 years old. Raped an 11-year-old girl in Brooklyn while her brother was in the room. Sex trafficked a 13-year-old in Maryland and Virginia. Miles away from this White House.
I don't want to hear this.
26 times.
I know it's reality, but I was so happy.
Pressured homeless New Yorkers to undergo unnecessary surgeries such as spinal fusion in order to bolster their fraudulent lawsuits. These are vicious criminals. This is a vicious gang. And I wish that the media would spend just a second.
I mean,
of
it's
the same
true,
time
though.
you have
I mean, that's
spent,
the part that's
trying to litigate each and every
kind of a vibe
individual
kill,
of this
but
gang who has been deported from our
I
country.
mean,
as
this is
the
what I was saying
innocent
with even like the
Americans whose
data.
lives
We
have
just
been
spent
lost at
4
the
years
hands of
ignoring
these brutal
everything
criminals.
else.
We
So
maintain our position
I mean,
and very
it's just
strongly
odd.
so. Jennifer.
One more on the tariffs. Can you say what the latest thinking is on the start date? I know you were just in
Okay,
the
listen.
Oval. Are they all going to take effect this week on the reciprocal tariffs? And whenever they start, is that enough time for companies and everyone involved to adjust to that start date?
My understanding is that the tariff announcement will come tomorrow. They will be effective immediately. And the president has been teasing this for quite some time, as you know. He's talked a lot about April 2nd as Liberation Day in America. It would be taking place today if not for April Fool's Day. But tomorrow will be the day, and he's been talking about it for a while. And as a result, you've seen these companies make commitments to investing right here in the United States. Jasmine.
Thank you so much.
I wonder, back on tariffs, what, if any, market indicators is the White House looking for to see if this tariffs plan is successful down the line?
Well, look, the president has been asked and answered this question about the stock market and whether he's watching
The market
it.
is a snapshot in time.
The market is a snapshot in time. Yesterday, Dow futures were up. And there's been a lot of talk about the market, and it was up yesterday. So, look, the president wants to ensure that all Americans make out well, particularly Main Street. That's the focus of these tariffs. But as I've said repeatedly,
Wall
just
Street
like
will
they
be
did
just fine.
Just like they were in his first term, Wall Street will be just fine. Shelby.
Thanks. A bipartisan pair.
So again, that, bro, listen, that relates to what I was telling you guys. Wall Street's not believing that. So again, Trump is trying to say he doesn't care. And I'm telling you, the banks, 3 different banks are putting out notes. They believe there is a Trump put. They think it's just a lot lower. So don't forget, the market is trying to get something. Make no mistake of that, okay? Watch out for that.
I would absolutely reject those claims. These Houthi strikes have been incredibly successful. Last time I was at this podium, there were more than 100 successful strikes. There have now been over 200 successful strikes against the Houthis. Iran is incredibly weakened as a result of these attacks. And we have seen they've taken out Houthi leaders. They've taken out critical members who were launching strikes on naval ships and on commercial vessels. And this operation will not stop until
Bro, my girl, she was like, we should go to the Maldives.
Which is a critical
and I look at the map. She shows me the Maldives on the map. I'm like, you want to go to Yemen? The fuck is wrong with you, girl? I'm like, that place is closer to Yemen than anything. Why do you want, what are you trying to put me into the Maldives Houthis? And then you know what my girl says? Fucking, man, she's so hot. She's like, what's the Houthis? I'm like, you fucking just, that's it. I bought her another purse. I just told her to go run around or something. Because I was like, I'm not explaining this. She ain't even know what the Houthis are. She ain't know any. I'm like, oh my God.
Speak on the specifics of the tariffs tomorrow. But as for fentanyl, we have seen this has certainly caused a national security crisis here in the United States. Fentanyl continues to be the #1 killer of young people in this country, and the president is very much focused on that. Deanna.
Thank you, Caroline. The president recently signed an executive order on making D.C. safe and beautiful. On the campaign trail, he talked about making New York great again. Does he have any plans on establishing a similar task force? Has he been pressuring Governor Hochul in any way in his conversations about New York and lowering crime?
Well, he has been in correspondence with Governor Hochul quite a bit on the issue of crime, also on the issue of congestion pricing, and so many other issues that are facing New Yorkers. And he wants New York to clean up their streets just as he does here in Washington, D.C.
Stay for the laughters. I love you, baby. God bless you.
Mayor Adams as well.
Non-member
don't know. State and local leaders across the entire country to ensure they're doing their part to help American citizens in each and every state, regardless of if it's a red state or a blue state.
A question on Russia. Yesterday, the Russian government said that their new goal is 160,000 conscripts for the war. Has the president seen that number, and does he have any response given his recent conversations on peace talks?
Well, I can tell you what the president said last night, and that is he is frustrated with leaders on both sides of this war. He wants this war to end. There are men that are dying on both sides, and it's been going on for far too long. Our team continues to be engaged with the Russians as we are with the Ukrainians, and the president continues to be very, very much engaged on this topic every single day.
Caroline.
Sure.
Caroline,
Sure.
The president said over the weekend that he couldn't care less if prices went up on foreign cars because people buy more American cars. There's been consensus from a lot of economists that these tariffs could raise prices on other goods as well. Is the president comfortable with Americans on Main Street paying more because of these tariffs?
The president is doing everything he can, and this entire administration is doing everything we can to bring down the cost of living in this country. An inflation mess that was fueled by the previous administration's reckless spending, overburdensome regulations that this administration is focused on slashing every single day. I just read you a statistic just from the Environmental Protective Agency alone. We're saving taxpayers money that's ultimately going to drive down inflation, and we're unleashing the might of our energy industry, which will bring down prices as well. To the heart of your question, because this is very important to the American people, you should trust what this president did for you in his first term. He effectively utilized tariffs.
I didn't see the message, but I love you.
It was a record low 1.4% when he left office. and he's focused on getting back to that. It's unfortunate the previous administration left us in this mess. Sure.
Representative Anna Paulina Luna left the Freedom Caucus over their lack of support for a bill that would allow new parents to proxy vote around 12 weeks around the birth of their baby. Does the president support that bill?
I'm not sure. I haven't actually talked to the president about that bill, but I certainly can and can get a take on if he supports it or not.
Thank you. And one more. The D.C. Circuit ruled last week that the the president can fire holdover Biden appointees of independent agencies. Will this ruling empower President Trump to dismiss more federal employees?
Well, the president has given the responsibility to his cabinet secretaries to hire and fire at their respective agencies, and they reserve that right. You saw the Secretary of Health and Human Services announced more layoffs today. This is all part of the administration's effort for a mass reduction in force in the federal bureaucracy here in Washington, D.C.
Just got your U.S. citizenship? Hey, my son got accepted at UC Irvine. I'm very happy for that, Izzy, you know?
Retains that right. And we've seen there have been
Don't let all this fucking MAGA hat shit fool you, bro. My whole family immigrants, baby. They don't feel me, bro.
Look at the United
Welcome,
States
baby.
for
Welcome.
example, there was a
Woo! Let's go. And UC Irvine, bro. Tell little guy good work. He's a grown man, but still. UC Irvine is a great school.
In Gaza, the bodies of 15 rescuers have been found in their sort of ambulances where they were apparently killed by Israeli forces. Just wondering if the White House is going to be calling on Israel to investigate that and to try and avoid similar casualties involving rescue workers in the future.
Well, as for the specific situation you just mentioned, I'll talk to the president about it and our national security team. What I can tell you is what I've spoken with the president on. He very much remains committed to backing Israel, and it was only because of this president and his team's leadership that we had a temporary ceasefire in Gaza, that we were able to bring many hostages home. And the president made it very clear to Hamas, you get the hostages out, all of them, or there will be hell to pay. And Hamas is certainly witnessing what it feels like for all hell to be paid, and the president supports Israel's right to defend itself.
Any progress at all on a ceasefire at the moment, as far as the president's concerned?
The president and his team continue
Target, bro. I said it. I made a flip on it. I only got a penny. But I like Tesla puts, even though they got the delivery. But I put it on the stream alert. Last time I did one of those, or I wanted it. Remember, Tesla did nothing. But yeah, that was a good. You guys realize we just bottom ticked and top ticked, right? So I'm glad we got out of that one call, because then we got to take the 200% right at the top. So even if it hits back up again, they're not going to go that high. So that was a good move.
Getting those out to you as soon as we possibly can. I know our teams are working on the details of that trip. And then again, as for a ceasefire, the president's made it clear that's what he wants to see in Russia and Ukraine, and his team continues to be engaged on it every day. Kelly.
Signal, you said case closed yesterday. As that case was closed, do you have anything that you can share about what was learned, how this can be avoided in the future, any sort of findings from that investigation?
The case is closed, and the president continues to have confidence in his national security advisor. Yes, Kelly.
Kelly.
Thanks,
Caroline. So
sorry,
the president has said...
Ed, I'll come to you after.
The president
I'm glad you're so eager to ask a question.
It's Liberation Day.
Yes, it is.
Caroline, the president has said foreign countries and companies will eat the cost of tariffs. In his speech on Inauguration Day, he said, quote, instead of taxing our citizens to enrich other countries, we will tariff and tax foreign countries to enrich our citizens.
Right.
So then why did he have to tell the domestic automakers not to raise prices?
Well, that was a private conversation that was had. I'm not sure if that comment was made or was not made. But as for what the president said in his Inauguration Day speech, he's absolutely correct. A tariff will be a tax on these foreign nations, these foreign companies, and if they want to be absolved of that tariff, then they can come here to the United States of America to do business, bring their jobs here. Edward, go ahead.
Thank you. So Canadians have been negotiating with the Commerce Secretary over the trade, the tariffs.
How many companies are mutually talking with the U.S. or countries are mutually talking with the U.S. to lower tariffs?
I don't have a specific number, but I can tell you there have been quite a few countries that have called the president and have called his team in discussion about these tariffs. But again, there's one country the president cares most about, and it's the United States of America, and doing what's best for the people who elected him to this office to restore their jobs, their wealth, and their prosperity. I'm looking at the clock. I have a hard out today. I have a hard out today because I'm actually heading over to the State Department with the First Lady of the United States. She will be delivering remarks at 1 o'clock this afternoon at the 19th International Women of Courage Award ceremony with our great Secretary of State Marco Rubio that starts at 1. This is the 5th year Mrs. Trump is participating and standing with brave women leaders who embody American values abroad. And the First Lady in her remarks today will highlight the profound connection between the love and courage that will be shown by this year's honorees. I encourage everybody to tune in at 1 o'clock, and then we'll see you all tomorrow for Liberation Day. Thanks, guys.
Woo! All right. I'm selling that one spy put too that I grabbed on the other one. It's literally break even. But that's it. We did great. We did great, bro. We got rid of our straddles. We took 27%, got 200%, literally sold it perfectly. And then now I also had a put too that went up a little bit, but I don't think it was going to get too active, so I'm out of it. But not bad, baby. But yeah, now I'm all out of spy plays. That's it. We killed it though. Remember, yesterday I fucking went 0 for 3 on them. Every single one of them hit today now. So that was a win, not to mention the individuals. So yeah, I think we're chilling for now. I gave you a play idea there with the Tesla if you want to take it. I'm not, but other than that, I think we chill. What time is it? 9:40? So yeah, we got like 20 minutes and then we'll head over to Philo. But yeah, I think that's it. At this point, I still am expecting a rumor or like more updates. I think Caroline Leavitt helped chill some things out there, but even then, she kind of highlighted a little bit of uncertainty too. But remember, this is all still ahead of Liberation Day. I sold you if you want to reposition, get the put closer to the money. I sold mine out. That was like further out. Again, it came back. That's why we already took our gains. I just don't want exposure. So I'll call out some couple of good ones if you like, but. Yeah, that was an interesting move. Free and took extra. Good work. It was good. Honestly, and even the timing, though. Like I'm saying, if you straddled here, you bought the dip here, you exited here, just even the timing alone, I think that got you really good at the margins, bro. So make sure you are wise, be wise, use your opportunity, and yeah, that's it. Those Teslas are not moving. I know, that's why I got rid of them. But, like, look, it'll move, but I think you could play it close to the money. But the part that I'm scared of, because it happened the other day, I don't know if you guys remember, I was telling you about a Tesla, and I was like, yeah, maybe straddle it, and then it didn't move all day until the next day. So I'm scared that, because I'm looking, and I bought that put when I sold the call, right? So I took the profit, and I bought that other Tesla put thinking it'll go with it, but then after a couple minutes, I'm like, wait a minute. Market could probably move more than Tesla, and that's what happened on Friday. So be careful with it, or I think if you go near the money, you'll have a better shot. But for now, not so much. And then CoreWeave, are they dropping? My last contract is coming down, yeah. And then NCSM and then FMX on the high. Five, 6, 7. Dude, that's fat, bro. That's actually a really big sell-off from the top. I'm surprised that put didn't make me more money. That's crazy because I bought the put over here. I only got break even. Terrible. Oh, no, I still like Intel to the for the long term. It's just, again, it's not been at a price that I haven't seen. You know, like every other name. Like there's new names that, like Nike is a new price we haven't been exposed to. So if Intel comes down, but like I said, even though the CEO is there, the new guy, I still believe it's a 2026 story. That's what I was saying end of last year, beginning of this year. I really think it won't be till like beginning of 26 that we have the earnings and everything coming to fruition. Yo, Peloton? Why is Peloton up? That's a weird one. What up, Michael? Mm-mm. NVO, yeah, man. We talked about it yesterday. I really like NVO. That's it. I just got my deposit. I got my cash. I'm very tempted. I'm tempted to buy a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's what I was saying. It's like I feel it, man. You guys, the emotions, and you're like, ooh, that's attractive. I'm getting bored, because I have a plan, but my plan is hella boring, and my plan requires a lot of patience. And I'm glad why we stuck to it. But yeah, it's hella boring. I really want some. I want to buy, and I want to buy. I would love to put some money to work, buy, but no, we just gotta wait because I only have 3.74 cash. It's boring, but it's for the best. That's what I'm saying. Because boring is good. Because I would be mad if like Nike or NVO, I think is very interesting. Because NVO, the growth is like flattening. They had bad trials, and then it had the worst performance in 20 years. But there's things about it that I like. So it would suck. I'm glad we have a little bit, and that little could go a long way. But if it ever ripped on me from these prices, I really wouldn't get too mad. So I'm cool with waiting. But I'm just telling you, man, the plan, it's nice to have cash in this environment. So really, I think by like April or May, or like May or June, we'll see. Because if this looks like 2022, we're going to go a little lower, then we're going to pop and then hit another low, and then we'll see where we're at. But otherwise, if it rips from here, our long term will continue to outperform. But I'm just telling you, isn't it nice to have cash in this environment? Like, for real. Someone said it the other day, and they thanked me for it. They were like, thank you for not buying. And I didn't understand what they were saying, but then it made a lot of sense. Because I'm like, dude, imagine this whole year you had a lot of words from me, but at least you didn't have to really worry about, am I buying or not? Because I'm telling you, in the midst of things selling off and big moves, bro, it's very nice having a stable set of cash. It's very nice knowing that if things hit a new low, you're not paying for it. You are in some areas, but you can really take advantage of it. So I like it, man. Yeah, inshallah, we get better opportunity, God willing. But at the end of the day, I'm not it's very good mentally to be in this environment versus I remember in 2022, I bought the dip early, and that was very painful. Because then you have to go through it, then the bounce, and then back down. And then by the time there's another good deal, you have less cash, and then you're like, oh. So I think it's very good mentally. Your only worry is being bored. Your only worry is you want to buy stuff. So at the end of the day, I'm happy with it. We're still outperforming 1 quarter into this year. We still got the lead. So let's go, baby. My average on NVO is like, what, $80, I think? Let's check. Yeah, 80.32, and that was a low price at one point. But now I'm telling you, it just sold off 50% from the high. This is its biggest decline since 2002. So it's never sold off this big in 20 years. That's why I'm starting to get I'm like, whoa, hold on. I really like it. But it can go a little smaller or a little lower. But then again, I already own some. So went down, but it's small enough to not hurt. But then if it goes up and it really has upside, we could do a lot better. I really like Nike too. Nike's a new price. Nike has a good dividend. I do think Nike has a lot of competition. It's good that they have the new CEO, but Nike, like Intel, Nike might be a 2026 story. If you heard that last earnings, homeboy, they really guided a very slow and gradual plan, to say the least. But NVO, I wish an NVO we need it cheaper. Because if NVO ever went to the gutter, that would be like Abivi. And what I mean by that is that like they have a very big drug that I think will be important for the next decade. But now it's given up some, but I want it cheaper. But that's what I like about it. I just think Ozempic is going to be it. But now Eli Lilly is the leader in Ozempic type drugs, even though Ozempic is the brand name. NVO has a dividend too. It's just smaller. So in a weird way, you still get a little one. Yeah, SPY popped. Again, I think a lot of people, dude, these plays we're making today are fire. Yesterday was so bad on the SPY, but all of these are being perfect. Because like I'm saying, I closed that put. You may have looked like you were going to get some, but now that's just washing all the premiums. So we're good, man. We're good for now. Your Intel play, 20 call, and then minus 3 26s, and then plus 2 29s. What are you doing? So like what? That's not a butterfly. I don't know if you're aware of that, because it should be like double. I don't know. You saw it's not a butterfly. It's broken because he bought 2 of the other. You're supposed to buy 1, double the middle, and then buy the same amount. So it should be 1. You should go 1 2 1, or if you're doing 3, it should be 2 2 4 2, not 1 3 1. If that makes sense. So I don't know how that's, because usually like a butterfly, you got to be exactly at the price. But yeah, I think that one's a moth. No, I don't know. I don't know what that implies. So kind of hard. What are you trying to do with Intel? What do you think it's going to do? And I would go NVO or Walmart. Elf is good, but Elf has a really high valuation. That's the thing. And it was really, really cheap. At least NVO and Walmart, they're both up a lot, and you might lose that value. But those are bulletproof companies. You see what I'm saying? Like Walmart is a business, a great business. NVO, they're not going anywhere. But Elf, that was a $4 makeup company. Went to 100, back down to 60. They may get bought out. They may not, but they got debt. High valuation. I'm not against Elf. I'm just saying against NVO, Walmart, that's a whole, we're talking minor leagues versus big leagues, I would say. Tariffs add as much as $10,000 to the new cost of a home. So honestly, I think today you got the answer. I think what you'll see today, and please, I'm getting pissed at it, you guys. I'm not pissed about the Wall Street. I'm pissed that companies are trying to sell people tariffs as a marketing scheme. This is nonsense. You guys keep sending me the commercials now too. There's even like Instagram videos, the car dealerships, clothing companies, and they're just like, oh yeah, oh you better lock in your pre-tariff price. Oh, you better. It's not BS, because prices may go up, but everybody's confusing themselves. This isn't like what you did last time. You know why? The demand isn't through the roof. Last time you had prices go up, there was a lot of demand and limited supply of goods, services, everything, right? This time around, if prices go up, I don't think you're getting that same demand. And that's what I'm telling you. I think today's ISM, I think that highlights everything. Because this might end up happening with a lot of these companies where activity is still high, but lower than where it was, right? Prices are going to go up, but still, and they're going to be high, but not as high as what you've seen, right? And then what's going to happen? New orders are going to plummet. And then new orders are going to hit a new low of the last 5 years. Ta-da! That's what's going to happen, I think. I could be wrong, But the way I keep telling you guys this, I'm like, dude, it doesn't make sense. Even if they're like houses aren't selling right now at the same rate as a couple years ago. You know, we're getting closer to 2019 now. You know, cars are not selling how they were. So can prices go up and can they charge more? Yes. But I don't think the demand is going to be there. You could raise your prices by $4,000 on a vehicle. I think you're going to sell 10% less vehicles. Let's say house prices do go up and new home builders are already offering you 4% and 3% mortgages to buy their new home. So if they're going to add a $10,000 price tag because of tariffs, how many people are going to buy homes? You see, and that I think is the dilemma that nobody is talking about yet. Everybody's saying one part of the story. Prices will go up. This will happen. But we're not looking at the whole price, demand, supply, because last time this happened, there was high demand with limited supply. The prices got passed on easily because people needed stuff. But this time around, I don't think you're going to see that. But hey, I'm open to surprises. We'll see what happens. You're paid off 2014 F-150. That's a good car right there, man. That's a good investment. See it paid off? No, it's easy. Easy. Not being a buy. What about LVMH? I like LVMH. I know they came down, but I don't know where they stand valuation-wise. I know they gave up a lot, but... Oh, honestly, it's a lot better. This could be a good starting point. They're still up a lot, but I'd wait till they come down even more. But this isn't a bad starting point at all. Paid off Tacoma? Oh, yeah, that's fire. That's going to last you forever. Oh, yeah, LVMH could be an interesting one. And there's Tesla. Paid off Nissan. Bro, honestly, in this environment, bro, a paid off car is a blessing. Because I'm telling you, if you could bring in that shit and now you're not saving an extra couple $100 a month, amazing. Amazing. But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, if you mean to tell me economy gets shakier, things start to shift, rates are still high, who the fuck is going to, like, people aren't going to be as motivated to buy how they were a couple years ago. You know, especially if people already have cars, people already have stuff. The funky play is called a Christmas tree butterfly. Wow. Works similarly, but useful for bigger moves. Appreciate the tips and not roasting it. Yeah, like I said, I didn't really know what it was. I thought it was a butterfly, but it looked weird. But let me just tell you this. Figure out what the max gain or how you get that. Because on a butterfly, a lot of people don't realize max gain is at the body, the middle strike price. So I don't know if that's the same thing with this one, but if so, then like I asked, you know, what's your intention? Because if you think it's going to go to a certain price, then yeah, that would be a good way to do it. But I like the butterflies too because you know the risk. Oh, I don't even know the back end. I think you have a little exposure on that one. And then SPY, you had that little bounce, and then we're chilling. Started NVO. Wow. Laker J. Hey, I think it could go down still, but I don't think that's a bad starting point. Like I'm saying, even when I look down at mine, it says I'm down 13%, but then it's just like, that's amazing. Because if you do get a little bounce, we're back up, and then overall, the stock's down 50% on the quarter. Oh, Hims. Whoa, Hims, Popper. Yo, what the fuck is up with Hims, bro? Okay. Oh, how many did I buy? Hold on. Oh, okay, I got one. I don't know what the fuck just happened. The contracts are kind of crazy, though, but they're already jacked. That's huge, bro. 7%. That's not small. There has to be something on there. All right. I'm already up 100%. That's it. So you're going to miss that one, but I don't even know what the news is. Please check the number of contracts. Uh-oh, hot dog. Yeah, there it is. All right. Yeah, I'm already up 100% on those, so I didn't post the strike price on the stream alert. I just said watch out for it. I don't want you guys getting scammed. All righty. You fumbled it. I could have got a better one, but I think it was good enough. It was good enough. Either way, though, what is that news? That's not, dude, that's not, that's crazy. And then NVO Big Red. There has to be something going on with both of those. But yeah, that's huge, bro. So hold on, though. Honestly, the way it's chilling, the plays are already up 100, so be careful. But it's like, it's kind of like hesitating. And they already moved the premiums. Talks to sell Eli Zepbound through the website. Yeah, again, Zepbound is the one taking the market share. All right, so be careful. Some of the contracts are running. I'm free. I made it. I sold out 100%. I have 10 contracts for free now. Killer. Another banger, baby. Huh, we did it again. Yeah, that's it. Almost above 100% now. That's it. Hymns to sell Lily Zepbound through telehealth. I think it might fade eventually. That's not like the biggest one, but yeah, I think it's getting people hyped up on it. But we got it here first, baby. That's how you do it. What the fuck? Oh, did it sell? Dude. Okay, they gave me a high. I sold another set at a higher price. I got 5 left. I just wanted to cash out some. All right, I got 5 more contracts. That was a fucking banger, bro. I should have bought more. But I did buy a big amount in the beginning, so that worked. That worked. Man, what a day. Good spy play. Good everything, bro. Good everything. Hey, man, nice. Now we get to go to Philo in a little bit. I might ghetto spread it, actually. I might as well. But that's it, bro. That's it. 20 cents to 60 now. So 300%. Money. Bro, if you were here and listening, you should have been able to. Some of you fumbled it. I almost did. But, yeah, there was an opportunity. That was nice. Fill that shit. Yeah, bro. I just sold another set at 70. All right, I got 2 more left. That's crazy. X. Whoa, next one, X. So be careful. This is related to the buyout. These ones do not work as easy. Yeah. You got to be careful on that. They're already up 20%, but you never know. I'm not going to play X. Fuck that. I'm just going to hold Hims. I hate playing those types of deals. Hims was a banger. Woo! Lutnick feels rival U.S. steel bids from Nippon. So that's why it's going there. That actually might end up going. All right, watch that, bro. Those Hims are at $1, 500%. Woo! 7. Yeah, I just sold the other ones for like $200. That's crazy. I sold 3 of them at 70 cents. I got 2 more left. But that's nuts. I don't know what happened to Fort Knox. How much? I only got 2 of them left. All right, we'll chill with that. I'll hold the last 2. Fire. Yeah, I put out a stream alert, but I even say it went up 100% instantly. That was such a big pop that literally by the time I was typing it out, it was already up 100. So I said big pop, watch for news. We knew there was something, but it was hard to get the plays after that. And I didn't want you to buy my bag, so because I was already flipping it before anything. X faded. Yeah, I hate those. Hims came down a little bit. Contract still up a couple 100%. So after that, though, it might start to die down now. Honestly, I'm just going to get out of them all. All right, I got another $40 a contract. So that's it. I'm out. All of the hymns are gone. So do your thing. You could double dip on it, but dude, we killed it. I'm telling you, bro, that was great. That was great. Lots of money. All right, let me go to the bathroom, and then we'll leave it here for a second, but we will have to move to Philo. So if you want to be on Philo, you will need a membership. And again, I don't know why you would complain too much. I'll make you money, man. I'll get you an opportunity at least one time, but at the end of the day, it's time to move on over here in a little bit. So get prepared. If not, I'll see you around Power Hour. I'll let this ride for a little bit. Or actually, might as well just move it on over now. And then I'll go to the bathroom, and then we'll get everything ready. So I hope you made money on any of those. There was a lot of them. But that is the link to Philo. I will see you guys there, and get ready. I will see you at the end of the day. We'll see what other craziness we get into, my friends. But God bless you, Chattadonia. Have a good one, and peace.